All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just make a beat from scratch. Something I do with this machine. You could do it in your car,
Okay.
on the plane. You hear that? So that's the tempo, right? So now what I would do is come here, choose a sound, boom, sound.
Okay.
Got like that. So I'll take that sound. Let's go track 2. Choose another sound real quick. Let's just go underground bass.
Got it.
Okay. Turn this down. The good thing about this machine, you could put the quantize to 8 and just make it go tighter. See everyone tighter?
Got it.
Okay. Track 3. Track 3 is empty. Come back up here to my sounds again. We did. And sounds are like. Alright, so then you kind of really make it like have that modern sound. I'm just gonna add a little hi-hat, a normal like hi-hat from modern music, shall we say. So we got something like that. All right, that's cool. So something like that. I'll just probably roll it on there. And that's just RZA making a quick beat from you right from scratch. Get those horns back in there one more time.
Cool, man.
You see how great it sounds in these headphones. One pair of headphones, 2 guys connected. Can't beat that.
Daisy chain, right?
Daisy chain. And then somebody else could plug into yours.
Yeah.
And this could go on. And so say you you ever get into a situation where you hanging with your girl and she's watching something on her iPod or and she's like, honey, check this out. And she got to take the headphones off and put it on your ear. No. With mine's, you just plug right into
I love it.
Fun things, Nick.
um I saw this video again like the other day or the other week, I don't know. And it's like one of my favorite videos. Hi, you can see me now. Isn't that cool? That's kind of cool, right? Yeah, so okay. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, we have good connection. We have excellent connection even. We have my beautiful face and camera and my shitty like uh MacBook Air webcam, which is gotta look great. Um and I rewatched No Way Home like not too long ago. This week, maybe Tuesday, or maybe Monday. I don't remember. You know, time is an illusion. Yada yada. Um, but I rewatched it. I actually watched the extended edition for the first time ever. I don't know where to look. Like, do I look in the camera? That's weird. But just looking at my screen is weird too, because that's what I usually do, right, when I stream. But like, now that I know the camera's on here, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure this out. But I figured why not? I'm not anonymous anyway, right? It's pretty easy to find my shit. Um, but yeah, whatever. This way you see my beautiful face when I react and be like, "Wow, wow, that's so stupid." Anyway, I'm sorry. I quickly have to highlight this comment. My guy wanted to add a hi hat and decided Mr. Krabs running would be a better fit. That's insane. Um, No, I love this video because RZA, right? For people who don't know, RZA is a producer for the Wu-Tang Clan and makes like really good beats. But I don't know. Here he just, I don't know, shit the bed. Is that the expression? Shat the bed, I guess. Which happens, but it's really funny that it's in this like promotional video for his fucking headphones. Um, yeah. Anyway, No Way Home. We're doing No Way Home. Right. I rewatched it. I watched the extended edition and I liked it a lot. I do like that movie a lot. It's not perfect. I wouldn't even say it's great. It's like good enough. I don't know. Like a 5 or a 6 or something, which is way better than everything else um Marvel has put out since like 2021. That's like at least double or triple as good as all the other things, right? It's mm, but it definitely has some plot issues. Doctor Strange fucking sucks in that movie. Like my biggest issue with the whole movie is that my biggest issue is that he is just really really stupid in that movie. Like the whole thing with the villains coming in and the Spider-Man coming in, it's his fault. If he had just like told Peter how this worked or like stopped the spell before like changing it like 3 times, even like he's like, no, I can't change it, and changes it. Oh no, it's so unstable, I can't change it, and changes it, and instead of just like stopping it or telling Peter no, like that would be shitty too if he was like, no, sorry Peter, this is how it is now. But that would have been better than just like scolding him for changing it, but then going with it. That's so fucking stupid. Um, and when I was watching it, I thought like the way to fix that, and I mean, if somebody's watching this at a later time, because right now nobody is, but if somebody's watching this, um, and can tell me what they think, that would be cool. But wouldn't the whole thing be, at least that thing, wouldn't that be solved if there was like, if Peter came there, right, and he was like, hey, listen, Doctor Strange, can you make it so that people don't know I'm Spider-Man? And then Doctor Strange is like, yeah, no, sorry, like there's this spell, but we can't really do it because it's kind of dangerous and everything, and something like that. And there's like an apprentice or something there, and then when Peter goes to leave, then he's like, hey, listen, dude, I can do this for you. And then it could like run pretty much the same, just with that other apprentice dude, which is way, at least way more acceptable because he's not like as good or experienced as Doctor Strange is, right? And even if that is shitty, at least it's some random character and not like Doctor Strange, right? I don't know. Anyway, today we're watching a video. This is the wrong, yeah, this is the right tab. Today we're watching a video called "Apparently No Way Home Gets Worse Every Time You Watch It," which, well, I mean, even like this pedantic, but the premise that something gets worse every time you watch it, that doesn't really make sense because quality stays the same. You just notice it better, but that's like beside the point. Um, but yeah, I liked it pretty much as I did when I first watched it, and I mean, granted, I haven't seen it since like I want to say fall of 2023, I think, but still, like, and I got maybe a little bit more emotional when I first saw it in theaters, but I mean that makes sense, right? But I really really liked it still. It's not like with every rewatch I'm like, oh yeah, this doesn't have the same. Like I have this experience with Endgame. Endgame, I rewatched that too this week as well, and Endgame is like, Endgame is a bad movie, dude. And like, go watch the Fringy video. If I remember, I'll put it in the description. Like, Endgame is really fucking awful. I still like it for like just emotional reasons, but I like it less every time I watch it. Um, and I don't like. I'm not getting into that. I'll make a stream about Endgame sometime, maybe, or maybe. Ooh, yeah, we could do that. Wait. Um, yeah. Let me open this here. Now you see my playlist with reactables. Who cares? Cinema Sins Endgame. Maybe we can do that later. It's 24 minutes. Cinema Sins and Cinema Wins is 55 minutes. Oh, yeah, then we'll do that in another stream. At least the Cinema Wins. But yeah, maybe we can do that because, again, I just rewatched it. Might be fun to talk about it. But yeah, anyway, let's get into this. Let's jump right into this. Fucking, uh, yeah, fucking video.
It's December 2021. Spider-Man No Way Home has just released in theaters, and everyone is loving it.
Do you think what I wonder where this was, and I wonder, do we have, because in my city you had to have like a vaccine to get in. I don't know if you had to have a mask, because this guy here, right, the in the second row, like white hoodie to the right, he wears a mask, but nobody else does. But that's just this beside the point I wanted to say. Like, do you think all these people here, um, do you think they were aware that they were filmed? Do you think they agreed to that? Because if not, that's kind of shitty, right? I don't know. But yeah, it was a hype movie. It was really hype. People loved it, like understandably so, because it did the multiverse thing. Out of all the recent shit that came out with multiverse and the, oh look, we got that actor back, it did it the best for sure. Like, they had like really substantial stuff for Andrew Garfield, little bit less, but still some good stuff for Tobey Maguire. They had some good stuff for the villains, especially Doc Ock and Goblin, but also Electro, and then wait, who else? Like Electro is in there. Fuck, I just saw that. Doc Ock, Electro, Goblin, Sandman, Lizard. Doc Ock, Electro, Goblin, Sandman, Lizard, and there was a sixth. There was a number 6, right? Oh fuck, this is gonna bother me. Which villains were in No Way Home? Let's see. Images. Oh, there was only. Was there only 5? Oh, okay. Yeah, there was only 5. Okay, I thought there were 6. I thought it was like the Sinister 6 kind of thing. But, yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, okay, it was just okay, yeah. There was a lot of stuff for Doc Ock, Goblin, and Electro, and then less stuff for Sandman and Lizard. The interesting thing is that I think the footage used for Sandman and Lizard that wasn't them in like as Sandman or as Lizard was reused footage, and I always wonder why that was. Like, because they had the actors, right? They had the voices, but like maybe they didn't have them. They couldn't make time for them to be like filmed or something. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't bother me enough to look it up, but yeah. Anyway, let's watch this video.
Critics are loving it, audiences are loving it, and Marvel and Sony's bank accounts are definitely loving it. The film is being hailed as one of the best Spider-Man films.
I would not agree with that for sure. Um, I would probably say the best Spider-Man film from an objective, quote unquote, like from a writing perspective, probably Homecoming. Like Homecoming is super fucking solid. Spider-Man 2 is good as well, I think. Haven't seen it in a while, but I think so. And Spider-Man 1 is pretty good too. Oh, I'm talking about live action because Into the Spider-Verse is up there as well. But yeah, I think probably the best one, at least live action. I don't know how it stacks up against yeah, Spider-Verse. But I think probably the best one is Homecoming. Homecoming is extremely solid. Great character stuff, great world building, which is rare in the MCU, even when it was better than it is now. Um, like how it incorporated the MCU is like probably one of the best ones. I would put Civil War up there as well, and Avengers, the original one. But Avengers is like easier, right? Because they only have 5 films before that. But yeah, yeah, it's like one of my favorite superhero movies for sure, for sure, for sure. And I probably would rewatch, or I would rewatch like Homecoming, No Way Home before Homecoming, just because like emotionally it's like way up there for me. But Homecoming is really good. It's yeah.
And maybe even one of the best comic book films, period.
That's great! Thank you!
But then something starts to change. A few
Also, no, it's definitely not one of the best comic book movies. That would go. Civil War, it's really, really, really good. Again, Homecoming. What else? What else is good? I haven't seen it in ages, but from what I've heard, the like original the original Superman movie is supposedly really, really good as well. But I couldn't tell you. Then again, like Spider Verse, the first one. What else? Iron Man, of course. Iron Man has its problems. Iron Man is good, but it has its problems. I wouldn't put it as the best one. Uh Avengers is up there as well. Like the MCU made some great fucking movies. Then oh, Logan. I would definitely put Logan up there as well. Um yeah, but definitely not No Way Home. It's like yeah, I don't have to. Yeah.
months after the film's release, the narrative around the movie was different. Fans were revisiting the film, and some people were beginning to turn on it. The new narrative that in release, the narrative around the movie was
When? I'm
starts
sorry.
to change. A few months after the film's release,
A few months. Really?
the
Interesting.
narrative around the movie was different. Fans were revisiting the film, and some people were beginning
I do not disagree with this. I do not disagree with this Reddit post. I mean I'm not seeing the full one, I don't think, but yeah.
to turn on it. The new narrative that in hindsight, No Way Home was actually a lazy, cheap, nonsensical, sloppily made, plot hole ridden, nostalgia filled cash grab designed to make its audience clap.
Yeah, there's some plot holes for sure. Like plot is iffy in that movie. Again, character is really good, and I wouldn't call it a nostalgia. What did he say? Nostalgia something something cash grab.
Lazy, cheap, nonsensical, sloppily made, plot hole ridden, nostalgia filled cash grab designed to make its
Sloppily made. No, I wouldn't call it sloppily made because, yeah, again, plot is iffy. Doctor Strange's character is fucked in this movie, but where it counted, which I would say was the villains, or MCU Spider-Man protagonists. So like Peter, MJ and Ned, and the old Spider-Man. It took a lot of care in that. Like the Andrew Garfield had a payoff. He like I hate the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I think they're really bad, like exceptionally bad. I wouldn't say that anymore, but for the time, exceptionally bad. Um, right now, like with what's coming out now, it's probably better than most. But I do not like those movies, and No Way Home made me care about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man like a lot. And when he like jumps down and saves Zendaya, and he like tears up, and I still, even this time when I watched it, that like made me really sad in a happy way, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, it took a lot of care with those characters, and like, um, I think Rax mentioned it. I think Rax put it pretty well. Um, in the original EFAP back when it came out, Doctor Strange was sacrificed. Something like I haven't seen that EFAP since it came out, but something like Doctor Strange was sacrificed for the other characters to shine, something like that. And that, yeah, that kind of is how it is. I think. Also, no, that's mean. No, no, no. We don't do that here. That's mean.
Audience clap like seals as it bounces from cameo to cameo, leading to the eventual destruction of cinema.
But it doesn't bounce from cameo to cameo. Like, it
Nostalgia-filled
really
cash grab,
doesn't.
designed to make its audience clap like seals as it bounces from cameo to
Like, yeah, okay. Matt is only here, if we're being serious, is only really, especially in the cinema cut, is only here to be like, hey, we're doing Daredevil at some point, which is now like what, like 2 years later, 3 years later, 3 years later. Holy shit. Which apparently is really bad. I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it. I haven't even seen the original. I do really want to see that, but I have no interest in watching the new Daredevil show. That's neither here nor there. Let's not get sidetracked too much. But like he for sure. But like the other characters, they're not cameos. I don't think calling them cameos is fair. They're characters in that movie. All of them. Even Sandman and the Lizard. Um the Lizard maybe not that much, but I don't know. Yeah. Uh, mm. Something else that I don't think works in that movie is like or I just don't get how it's supposed to work is the end when, or but maybe he talks about it when everybody forgets Peter Parker is Spider-Man or Peter Parker exists. That doesn't. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but yeah.
cameo, leading to the eventual destruction of cinema.
Whoa.
So, what's the actual truth here? Does No Way Home get worse every time you watch it?
Again, that doesn't make sense as a statement. I know what he's trying to say, but I don't like that statement.
Well,
That's a little complicated.
when I first watched No Way Home, I remember really liking the entire film, from start to finish.
Yes. Yeah, with the stipulation of what I said before, what the things that don't work, right?
But upon rewatch, it's become clear to me that the first half of this film is significantly weaker than I remember. And I think
Okay. Let's see.
that really comes down to one primary reason: novelty.
Hello, Peter.
For me, the first half of No Way Home was definitely carried by just how cool and exciting it was to see the return of so many familiar faces.
Oh. Jonah Jameson? Somewhere between. No, I wouldn't call him a cameo. Just a side character. Um.
The return of Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, Lizard. We even got
Like, the weak stuff in the beginning is all the Doctor Strange and plot stuff. Everything that facilitates them coming in. That's not great, as I said before. But there's still some great stuff, like great stuff in that beginning, like character stuff again, like Peter dealing with court of public opinion, dealing with the allegations and the investigation and everything. That's really solid. Like, works really well, makes a lot of sense, works well within his character. Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. No, I disagree. I disagree and I agree at the same time because yeah, all the plot facilitation stuff is in there in the beginning mostly, and that doesn't work that well.
a little Daredevil in there. Even though the first half doesn't have the emotional stakes and weight that the film eventually gets to in the second half, it was still able to get by on the thrills of its novelty.
I don't think that's fair. I, I I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I really don't think that's fair. I don't think it relies on novelty nearly as much as he makes it out to be. It the characters carry that whole movie for me, and uh, I, for me, and I think a lot of people are like that. Characters are like the most important thing. Like, I can excuse a meh plot or like meh world building if the characters are intact. That's why I really like the Suicide Squad, because plot wise, that film is not great, but the characters are really good. Yeah.
God, this is so cool.
But here's the thing about novelty. It gets
Yeah,
old.
I mean, um, sorry. Deadpool 3 is way more that. I had a lot of fun when I saw that movie for the first time. When I saw it for the second time, it already went down quite a bit, and I saw it like a week later again because I wanted to see it again, just to you know get a better read on it and everything. Yeah, on that second viewing, it already lost a lot of its charm for me, and then the more I thought about it, the worse it got, and the more I hated it. I really don't like that movie now. Like, character-wise, it fucking annihilates Wolverine and Deadpool. The fact that it sidelines all the Deadpool in-house characters that I really cared about from 1 and 2 fucking sucks too. Um, for Wolverine and all those other like yeah, I would say Deadpool 3 is way better example for what he's trying to say here.
For example, when I watched Doctor Strange 2 for the first time,
Oh, that I hate Loki more because Loki annihilated the idea of free will. I still kind of want to do that video. Yeah, I don't know. Loki fucking annihilated Doctor Strange 2. Not annihilated the notion of free will in the MCU, which just I'm sorry, what the fuck? They did not do it okay the way they did it. But Doctor Strange fucking sucks too. Sucks character wise, sucks plot wise, completely annihilates the entire MCU once again. Like, that movie is so bad. And I'm someone, when I like on a first watch, I give like um unconsciously I give movies a lot of benefit of the doubt. I just wanna be I just wanna be like put into this world, and I wanna see what happens and everything. So movies, only later when I start thinking about it, usually I realize that they're bad. But with Doctor Strange 2, I was like sitting there and I was trying to enjoy it, and it just, even on the first watch, I was like, ugh, I do not like this. I do not like this. Same with Eternals was so bad. Way better than Doctor Strange 2. Like, Doctor Strange 2 is like its own fucking beast together with Loki. But Eternal, I had that too, and what's it called? I had something. Wait, give me a second. Ah, of course, I always forget that movie even exists. Black Panther 2. Holy shit, that was awful. I saw that with a friend, and there was like two other people in that whole cinema, and we saw it like opening week, right? It was so shit. We like when Namor, I think they called him in that movie, and he flies up with his fucking wings and his fucking feet. We laughed so hard, like we could not hold it in. Yeah, such a bad movie. All of like just fucking the whole MCU is so fucking awful now, and it was this is something. I'm so, I know I'm going on tangents, but it's how it is. Um, the MCU was never great. Like at its heights, if you put it all together, I'd say it was like a maybe a 5 out of 10. I could be pushed to a 4 or 6. But what it always got, or not always, but what it usually got right was the characters, right? But yeah, there was bad movies, even from the beginning. But right now we're at like such a different level of bad. Like, it's insane.
When John Krasinski showed up as Mr. Fantastic, I literally yelled.
Okay.
No, not like that. It was more of a.
Is this? Fuck, is this the guy? Yes, it is. Fuck, I don't remember his name, but he, like, EFAP reacted to him a couple times. He's like, he's such a. I don't want to say shill because I think he's genuine. Such a sucker for the MCU. Like, insane. Holy shit. Yeah.
And I don't even know why.
Peak fire, dude.
I was so excited. I think I was just shocked that they actually did the fan cast that everyone was talking about. But
I didn't even. I wasn't aware of that until after the movie came out that this was like the fan cast. I don't. Like, yeah. I also don't like why was that such a like is he a big like fan or something?
then I watched Doctor Strange 2 again just a couple weeks ago, and when John Krasinski showed up, guess what I felt? Nothing. And in that way, No Way Home is definitely in a similar.
Yeah, okay. Okay. But wait, no. Wait. Dude. Like there's a huge difference here in that the way this whole I don't know. I need to find out how to show my cursor on screen because I use it to show stuff and it doesn't. Yeah, whatever. Like the way this scene pans out fucking annihilates the character all the Illuminatis. But Mr. Fantastic is like so fucking stupid. Like so stupid. Like that has something to do with it as well, right? It has to. I'd hope so. Like, yes, of course. And with No Way Home, that's not the case except for Doctor Strange. Yeah, yeah. That's not, it's not the same. It's not the same, dude. You know it.
Strange 2
I don't know if he knows it, but you know.
again just a couple weeks ago, and when John Krasinski showed up, guess what I felt? Nothing. And in that way, No Way Home is definitely in a similar boat. With the novelty removed, I kind of find myself just waiting to get to the second half. as the story here, similar to the first two films in his trilogy, feels pretty lightweight when it comes to the emotions and sincerity. Some
I I need to hear that again. I'm sorry.
up, guess what I felt? Nothing. And in that way, No Way Home is definitely in a similar boat. With the novelty removed, I kind of find myself just waiting to get to the second half, as the story here, similar to the first two films in his trilogy, feels pretty lightweight when it comes to the emotions and sincerity.
No. No. I disagree with that. Um, it's not it's not true. Like over that whole trilogy, Peter gets stripped down hardcore. Like this whole trilogy is basically the origin story for Spider-Man. Like he gets fucked over again and again and again. Like Homecoming, right? He just came off that big like fight with the Avengers, and he feels like tough shit. Like he's part of the Avengers now, and then he makes like mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, and loses the suit, loses Tony. Not like that. That happens later, but like Tony is like motherfucker. You're a fucking stupid ass kid. I can't work with you like that, and drops him, and he has to go out by himself with a shitty self-made suit and take down the Vulture basically by himself with help of Ned. And only then Tony is like, okay, shit, you proved yourself. You're actually pretty fucking good. Then he goes into Infinity War, fucking dies, comes back in Endgame where Tony dies. Um, then he has to deal with that in the next movie, and has to deal with all the responsibilities that people put on him, like Nick Fury and Aunt May, and like, is he like the new Iron Man now, and can he even live up to that? And then he fucking trusts this new guy, right, Mysterio, right? Like oh shit, this guy seems pretty good. Maybe he can do it for me. And then, oh no, fuck, he's a fucking asshole. He's really fucking evil. And then that guy, from his death, like from the afterlife, basically reveals to everybody who's Spider-Man that he's Spider-Man, and then his life is fucked again. And then in No Way Home, oh shit, okay, now everybody knows he's Spider-Man. Like people fucking hate him. He can't get into school. He feels really fucking guilty about that. He goes to Doctor Strange to to so that so that his friends have a chance, not even him, his friends. And then well, Doctor Strange kind of, but yeah, then that's fucked up. Then and then the movie happens, right? Like Peter does not get a break in these movies, and yet like tone wise, they can be a bit of the lighter side, but all of them have some great fucking emotional moments. Like, yeah, he said he's waiting for the second half, so I'm not putting this against him, but like when Aunt May dies, that's heartbreaking. And Tom Holland is such a like he like nothing against Tobey Maguire, he's a good actor for sure, but I feel way more when when Tom Holland is sad than when Tobey Maguire is sad. Like Tom Holland is a excellent actor, like outstanding actor, and he's my favorite Spider-Man for sure, because he plays both roles really well and has his own take on him. Um, yeah, no, I disagree with that hardcore. Like, there's great emotional moments in all of those movies. Yeah, I'll not go over it again, but yeah.
Something that, interestingly enough, was never an issue for the Tobey and Andrew films, regardless of their flaws. It feels pretty lightweight when it comes to the emotions and sincerity. Something that, interestingly enough, was never an issue for the Tobey and Andrew films, regardless of their flaws.
That's I haven't seen this video before, and I thought it would be like a somewhat agreeable one. This is manipulative. This is manipulative. Like, he shows here he shows the, well, it doesn't really make sense if I point right. Here he shows the scene where Gwen dies, which is, I'll give it to him and I'll give it to the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. A good scene, like ignoring the web hand for a second, is a good scene, right? But fuck, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, especially Amazing Spider-Man 2, is so fucking goofy. I cannot take that movie seriously. And yeah, then I'll just show him the scene where he's in the chat over the tulip field and breaks down because he can't in Far From Home, because he can't live up to all the expectations, right? This is fucking manipulative. And even like the original Spider-Man movies, I would say they're goofier than they have some really goofy scenes, especially the third one, but all of them are like, they have their goofy stuff, right? Um like, this is not fair. This is so manipulative. I
And while I think a lot of people initially let some of the flaws of this movie slide, with the
I agree with that. I'll agree with that. But let's talk about the flaws honestly here, okay?
nostalgia glasses now firmly removed, there's some things that definitely stick out as not the best. For
Sure. Sure. Okay, I need to get a drink. I'll be right back. Um what do we do? What do we do so you guys aren't fucking bored? Oh, nobody's here, so I don't really need to worry about that. If you're rewatching this, just skip ahead like 2 minutes. Yeah, I think I'll be back by then. Okay, see you in a second. And I'm back. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Let's not show my. Yeah, whatever. All right. Let's go. Let's go back by like a thing. Let's go back by like a thing. You, how eloquent of you. Me. Sorry. I got distracted for a second. Okay, let's go.
people initially let some of the flaws of this movie slide, with the nostalgia glasses now firmly removed, there's some things that definitely stick out as not the best. For starters, the setup for this film makes no sense. The basic premise here is that Peter Parker can't get into college, so the game plan is to try and brainwash the entire world. Then the spell goes
I Yes, but could you could you expand on that for like a second, please? Would that be possible? Like, why is that? Because everybody knows he's Spider-Man. There's a huge controversy with Mysterio because people really like Mysterio, at least some of them, and a lot of them think that he killed Mysterio and he fucking sorry. He killed Mysterio and he yeah. Right? A lot of people think he's a villain now, and so MIT doesn't want him because of that, because they don't want the heat, right? Um, so because he's fucking teenager, and his life for the last like 2-3 years was superheroes and magic and space wizards and not space wizards, but space people and everything. So the first thing he thinks of is shit. I know this motherfucker. I saved the world with him, who can do fucking whatever, right? Let's go ask him if he maybe can help me out. Like, and he doesn't even want to brainwash them. He wants to go back in time, which is problematic as well. But yeah, like it's and then Strange comes up with the idea, hey, there's this forgetfulness spell, and then Peter's like, oh shit, holy fuck, yeah, let's do that. That makes sense. So he does that, and then Strange is like, then he's like, okay, shit, but yeah, I mean, listen, my aunt should still know. That was pretty hard. I'm kind of sad that we never saw how that was hard, but that's how it is. So that's the thing. Then he's like, yeah, shit, my girlfriend should know, and my best friend, and yeah. And then Strange is like, no, blah blah blah, and then he's like, okay, then he contains the spell, and he's like, well, listen, look, this is how it is. Look here, listen, this is how it is. If you told them to reconsider and it didn't work, then there's nothing you can do. And then Spider-Man's like, oh shit, you can do that? Holy shit. And then Strange is like, you didn't even think of asking them to reconsider before brainwashing the whole world. And I'm like, motherfucker, this was your idea. You didn't even think of asking him if he thought of that. Like, yeah.
Wrong because for some reason these two goofballs don't discuss how the spell works before
This is. I'm sorry. This is on Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is not anymore. He was a Sorcerer Supreme. I was gonna say Wizard Supreme. He's Sorcerer Supreme. It's his idea. He does not tell him how it works. When Peter is like, okay, shit, but still that, he does not cancel the spell until it's like already way over the line, and like shit happens. Weird, like reality warping shit happens, right? Like fucking hell. This is not on Peter. Again, Peter is a fucking kid. I Yeah, I hate him. No, I don't hate him. I don't even know who I meant with that. But this is annoying. This is not cool.
casting it, and on top of that, somehow this spell going wrong is so damaging that it's able to break open the multiverse. I'm sorry, what? This
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I don't know how that works, but at the same time, it's like magic and shit. Like, I don't know. I can believe it. Yeah, I can. I don't know. I can believe it.
whole thing forces these guys to act completely out of character and makes literally no sense whatsoever. And it's frustrating because what it leads. I'm sorry, what? This whole thing forces these guys to act completely out of character.
No, 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 no. It's not true, asshole. It makes Doctor Strange act completely out of character. Peter is, I would say, mostly out of in character. At least mostly in character. Yeah, I would say that. Okay. Anyway.
And makes literally no sense whatsoever. And it's frustrating because what it leads to is pretty awesome, but how we get there is just kind of stupid.
It is. Absolutely. And I wish it wasn't like that. However, I'd rather have the stupid here at the, what is this, like half hour mark? Maybe even before that, I'm not quite sure. I'd rather have the stupid here than in the third act. I'd rather have stupid facilitate a good story than a good story be damaged by a stupid ending. Right? Does that make sense?
You didn't even think to plead your case with him first before you
Right, this fucking line. This is what I was referencing earlier.
asked me to brainwash the entire world.
Yes! And you didn't even think of asking him if he did that before you proposed to brainwash the entire world. You fucking. Ugh! Again, I think my fix that I proposed earlier is way better.
Now, on the other hand, though, credit where credit's due. I have to commend how the film incorporates the returning villains into the narrative. Their roles in this movie could have been just as cameos for the audience to marvel at.
I'm glad he acknowledges this. Yes, they are real. they are characters in this movie. They are very important for the movie, and they are handled with a lot of care. A lot of care.
But instead, the movie finds a way to fit them into the character arc of Tom.
Not a big fan of that phrasing. It doesn't find a way to fit them. It builds around them. It builds with them in mind. It doesn't just fit them into the movie. The movie would be very different without them. He says into his character arc, which, if you're talking about the whole trilogy, I'm okay with that phrasing. If you're talking about this movie itself, I would say the character arc is very much dependent on the villains.
Holland's Peter Parker. By focusing in on the fact that many of them are going to die as soon as they get sent back to their own universe, they actually become integral to Peter's journey of learning. With great power comes great responsibility. He has the power, and in this movie, giving them a second chance is his responsibility. Now, real quick.
Yeah, also, this is the first time we hear it, this line in the MCU, which first of all cements my thing of this whole trilogy is like the it's like the origin story for Spider-Man in the MCU, this whole trilogy. But also, fucking, I don't quite remember, but I think High Top, like, right, he always bitched about how they didn't have Uncle Ben and they didn't have this line, and then I think, and I could be wrong here, if I am, I apologize sincerely, but I think he was like, oh, now they say it, and I think he was mad that Aunt May said it, which is hilarious to me. But I could be wrong here. I'm not. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Before we continue, if you like to read with your ears rather than your eyes, Audible has the perfect thing for you. They will send you a free book when you sign up for a free trial of Audible, so you can grab something Marvel related, like the highly rated Reign of Marvel Studios, or just pretty much any other book.
The highly rated Reign of Marvel Studios. It's 4.4. That's pretty good. It's 18 ratings. Like, I don't know the typical amount of ratings in for Audible, but 18 seems not like a lot. I don't know. Publisher summary. I watched all the movies. I'd hope so. I watched all the movies. I devoured all the articles. I listened to all the pods. I thought I knew everything there was to know about the MCU, and then I read. I'm sorry. Okay, this is a review. And then I read this magnificent book for fans by fans. Hilarious, gripping, and emotional. No Infinity Stone is left unturned. I loved it. Ooh. The cringe, the cringe, the cringe. It's leaving my soul. No, it's entering my soul. I don't know. Damon Lindelof. The unauthorized behind the scenes story of the stunning rise and suddenly uncertain reign of the most transformative cultural phenomenon. I always say phenomenon of our time. The Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Entertainment was a more. I don't know that word. I need to look that up. Moribund? Moribund? Definition. Oh, I don't think you can see that. Wait. Here. Okay. I hope you can see it like that. Okay, moribund. Let's see here.
Moribund.
Moribund. Approaching death, about to die, on the verge of becoming obsolete, in a dying state, dying at the point of death. Okay, I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. The unauthorized behind the scenes story after standing unauthorized. Okay, was a moribund toy maker not even 20 years ago. Toy maker? Wasn't it always? Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's a comic company. Like that's their main thing, right? Not even 20 years ago. Today, Marvel Studios is the dominant player both in Hollywood and in global pop culture. 2023. Nah, I wouldn't agree with that anymore. How did an upstart studio conquer the world? In MCU, beloved culture writers Joanna Robinson, Dave Gonzalez, and Gavin Edwards drawn more than 100 interviews with actors, producers, directors, and writers to present the definitive chronicle of Marvel Studios. How many movies were out by the point this book came out? Or movies and shows, like 30? More than 20 for sure. So that's like over 100. That's not a lot. That's like no, not even. That's like, if you're generous, that's like 4 interviews per show or per project. That's not great.
Related, like the highly rated reign of
Ah,
Marvel
yeah,
Studios,
I wanted to read that all, but who cares?
or just pretty much any other book you could possibly think of, you can get from Audible. Just
By the way,
file of Audible, so you can grab something Marvel related, like the highly rated reign of Marvel Studios, or just pretty much any other book you could possibly
fuck, I missed it again. I'm sorry. Wait, give me a sec. These covers fucking suck. Like, I've never read Harry Potter. I think I've read the first and the second one. Something like that. Wasn't a huge fan. But these covers, they're shit. Like, especially the first two. Like, look at his face. Like, that sucks. Like, down here they get better.
book you could possibly think of, you can get from Audible. Just use my link in the description or the pinned comment, as this does help out the channel. And now back to Spider-Man. But now let's talk about the second half of this film. As already mentioned,
Okay, let's talk about the second half of this film. I'm excited.
This is where the emotional stakes and weight really get to a level.
By the way, loving this fucking shit. 5 minutes for 1 hour for 5 minutes. We have to speed it up a little bit.
That we truly hadn't yet seen in any of the Tom Holland Spider-Man
love
half of this film. As already mentioned, this is where the emotional stakes and weight.
This shot and like with what he's saying and everything. I love it. It's wow. Because Jonah Jameson talks about how, oh, Spider-Man, it shows how he, whatever he touches, he destroys, and we the people suffer for it, and blah blah blah. While this would have gone so much better if he didn't call Department of Damage Control, yeah, Department of Damage Control, and didn't agitate and everything. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure Peter believes what he's hearing. It's not explored that well, but yeah, it's great. This movie has some really amazing stuff in it.
Really get to a level that we truly hadn't yet seen in any of the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. And it's why, for the most part, this half of the film has definitely aged better than the first. Because even with the novelty of seeing Toby and Andrew again now gone, at its core, the story here is...
But it's not about the novelty. Like, that was cool, yeah, sure. And I clapped and whatever. I don't think I clapped. We don't really do that in Switzerland. But I clapped internally. Sure. But fuck, there's some, like, I would say, yeah, I would say almost all of the interactions between the three Spider-Men are fucking gold. And as I said, I saw the extended version for the first time now. God damn, there's a lot of good shit in that. A lot of, like, way more of that, like, little bro conversation they have while waiting for the villains on the Statue of Liberty. A lot of other stuff as well. It's so good. I love it. I love it. And I wish I had more. I wish this movie was like 4 hours long and we just got more of everything and explored more, because that's the only thing that or not the only thing, but that's like the biggest thing, that even though it's like 2.5 hours long, doesn't quite have the time to explore everything it could. And I just wish it did. And like, this movie makes me want, first of all, the fourth Tobey Maguire movie, but what even more than that, a third Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie. Because holy shit, that was so good. Like, I want to, like, he's in an interesting place, like, so down, like emotionally, and like doesn't believe in himself, and just go through the motions, and it's bitter, and I want to see that. I want to see like a whole movie of that, and I kind of also want to see like a whole movie of just the three of them jumping around and doing shit and talking to each other and broing out, and like, ah, it's so good. It's really, really good.
It's just a really compelling character arc and struggle for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. The death of Aunt May and Peter's emotional journey that follows is truly great stuff. Also, just seeing Goblin be Goblin is pretty awesome.
I'm sorry.
And Peter's Andrew again now gone. At its core, the story here is just a really compelling character arc and
Yeah. Yes, I agree with that.
struggle for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. The death of...
Where does he hold on to there?
Just a really compelling character arc and struggle for Tom Holland's
Like, I don't remember if there's anything up there, but from this shot, it looks like he just holds on to the clouds or something.
Spider-Man. The death of Aunt May and Peter's emotional journey that follows is truly great stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. I wish he would go into it a little bit. The good thing about it is, or one of the good things, like, it's not his first loss by a long shot. Like, Tony dying was pretty hard on Peter. But, like, this is his mom, right? As far as we know, this is, like, the most important person in his life. And she dies because of Spider-Man, in a way. Because, he, or at least Spider-Man feels that way. If you agree or not, that's, like, depends on your philosophy, I guess. But from Spider-Man's point of view, she dies because he took all these villains into Happy's home, but it's their home at this point. Um, and put her in that situation, right? And then Aunt May is like, "Listen, you have to do this. Like you have a responsibility with great power, blah 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 blah." And and Goblin is like, her moral mission, and you see what happens when you're good and whatever. And he believes Goblin. He's like, "Yeah, fuck. If I had just minded my own business, May would still be alive." And then the Spider-Men come in and show him the way. um Yeah, no, it's really good. It's good.
Also, just seeing Goblin be Goblin is pretty awesome. Now, without question, the scene that got the biggest reaction in theaters was the return of Toby and Andrew. But in retrospect, I actually think the highlight of their arrivals is what comes next. Toby and Andrew coming through the portals is cool. Don't get
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's way more emotional. Sorry, there's people walking by. It's way more emotional. The rooftop scene where they're like giving him Spider-Man lessons, kind of, right? Like they're like, "Hey, listen, I get it, and we went through the same thing, but like, this is what it's about. Like, you have a responsibility, and it will come with some shit, but you kind of have to do this." And Peter knows this, right? He knows this from Civil War. Was it Civil War where he has the line, the if what's the line? Give me a second. If you can do the things that I can do, and then bad things happens, they happen. They kind of happen because of you. Something like that, right? And that gets developed throughout the whole trilogy and like nuanced and explored and tested, and like you can criticize Far From Home and No Way Home for some stuff for sure, and they're not like, yeah, they're I would say they're in the good range, but there's shit to criticize for sure. But the character arc that Peter goes through in those 3 movies is so good. And it really, like, I'm sorry for repeating myself, but it really is like a 3 movie origin story. Like, he gets tested and pushed to the limits and everything, and by the end of it, he's Spider-Man, right? The Spider-Man we know from the comics that makes high top cream in his pants.
me wrong, but once you know that it happens, it never quite hits you as hard as it did the first time. The next scene,
Speak for yourself. I loved this on a rewatch. I really liked it.
however, is a
Yay, hey, yes I do. I figured why not, right? Why not have a camera? Yeah. Hi.
perfect example of what does. The 3 Spider-Man standing on the roof together, talking about death, grief, and dealing with loss absolutely holds up.
Yeah. I mean, uh, yeah, I don't know if I have to, like, I went through it like a second ago. But yeah, it's a really good scene. I love it. It's really good. And it made me feel stuff even now, even when I saw it this week.
Uncle Ben was killed. It was my fault.
I lost Gwen. She was my MJ.
This scene is just as good on your 10th viewing of the film as it was on the first, because it's not built on novelty. It's simply great writing.
But I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but this whole fucking movie, like, a part of it is the novelty for sure, and the clapping moments, they got less clappy, of course, right? But like there's so much behind that. It's not a Deadpool 3. It's not a Flash was it The Flash? Was that called that? It's not fucking Doctor Strange 2. They took a lot of care with those characters, and that's where like the good comes from, right? Because if that wasn't there, I would agree. But yeah, like it annoys me that he's like, yeah, this is a good scene because this one isn't built on novelty. Yeah, but like hardly anything is. Hardly anything is.
And character work. Instead of just treating these older Spider-Men as spectacles for the audience to clap and cheer at, the movie sets them up as older brother figures, and they're pivotal in helping to guide this younger version of themselves on his journey.
Yeah, yeah.
But, with all that being said, it's not perfect. Take this.
Okay, yes, of course it's not perfect, but I'd be hard pressed to find criticism here, I'll be honest.
Scene at the Statue of Liberty, where the three Spider-Men stand around talking about their powers and what villains they fought and just generally goofing around.
I really liked that scene. I loved that scene because like none of them had this Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. They don't have any superheroes in their world, so they have nobody to talk to about this shit. And Tom Holland Spider-Man, like, yeah, he has like the whole Avengers and everything, but they're in a way different place than he is. And way like have very different challenges than he does because they mostly don't have like double lives and don't go to school or whatever. So those interactions where they can like exchange like experiences and learn from each other, like they learn from him too, right? With the whole teamwork shit and everything. That's like there's some funny stuff in there for sure, but there's also some really good like meaningful stuff in there. And also like Andrew Garfield being so fucking like mopey and sad and everything, and like he does not like himself. He doesn't have like a lot of confidence, right? But and then Tobey Maguire is like, dude, like you're great and you have to acknowledge that. You're amazing and everything. It's like some great stuff in there. Like really good like character moments. Just because it's like kind of funny-ish. It's I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. On rewatch, I didn't.
Who in the MCU has a double life except for Spider-Man? Like Iron Man doesn't, Cap doesn't. Like Cap is just Cap. Iron Man is mostly just Iron Man. Doctor Strange doesn't. The Guardians don't. Like I'm hard pressed to find somebody who does have a double life in the MCU, except for Spider-Man.
Feel like it really held up all that well. Like this scene is pure fan service.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's really not. You learn a lot about those characters. Like you get some insight here. Like there is fan service here for sure, but it's like there's like empty fan service, right? Like the Illuminati and in Doctor Strange 2, but this is like this has some weight behind it. Oh, I meant you mean the other Spideys. Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Like the other Spideys have double lives, and that's like the first time Tom Holland Spider-Man can even talk about that, right? That yeah.
And when viewed in isolation, can be a lot of fun. But in the context of the movie, I'm not sure it really fits. Like the scene played very well in theaters, because again, just seeing the three of them on screen together was so fresh and exciting. But on rewatch, this whole conversation just feels tonally out of place. Like
No, I disagree. It's cool. It's really cool because yeah, like Spider-Man calls into Daily Bugle. It's something else. Daily Boost, I think it's called. And it's like, hey, I'm here. Why don't you come here? Fucking villain people. And then they're waiting, right? And they have to wait for the people, so they get like talking, and they get like talking about what they experienced and everything. Like I think it fits. Like that's kind of what would happen, right? Right? When you're waiting for the villains, you don't just sit around like, yes, the villains are coming, and I'm here waiting. No, you're like, okay, so hey, let's like, what's about this? Like, how do you have like, how is it possible that you have like webbing that comes out of your wrist while we only have to do our webs ourselves? And like, oh, I felt like fucking aliens. Oh, I fought an alien in space. I only felt like a guy in a rhino suit. Like, I don't know. That makes sense to me.
This kid's aunt, basically his mother, just died. And ever since then, the film has been in this pretty somber, emotional, serious state. And then we have this scene, which feels more like a parody of these guys rather than how they would act.
I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, no, I disagree. And like, what? Like, your mom dies and you can only be sad now? Like, that's not how humans work, right? And like, him having those two like older Spider-Men and like being able to talk, that's like helpful, right? Like, I don't know. This is like, and the whole like lab scene isn't like that either. And you can still feel like Peter's pain in that whole thing. I think this is pretty unfair, to be honest. Yeah.
Actually be talking to each other in such a situation.
You are amazing.
I can say that.
You are amazing.
Thank
Yes, this is like a joke, but it tackles something so like real. Like Andrew, I'm repeating myself again, but Andrew Garfield is in a fucking shit place, and he doesn't think he's amazing. He thinks he's fucked up, and he's dark, and he only goes through the motions. And Tobey Maguire would, like, he's the kind of guy who would be like, no, like, believe in yourself. You're fucking great. Like, you're Spider-Man. You're amazing. Like, that. But yeah, sure. If you just play it out of context, it's, you know.
Yeah,
Will you
thanks.
say it?
Does it just come out of your wrists, or does it come out of anywhere else?
It feels
I'll agree with that joke felt a little bit out of place. But that's like one thing. That's like one line. And the whole that again that he like can make the webbing himself and the others can't. That's like something that definitely would come up and they would talk about that. And like yeah, actually I don't even know if that is out of place because like that's a fair question, right? Yeah, I don't know.
more like a bonus deleted scene, and when revisiting the film, I kept thinking that perhaps it shouldn't have been in here. But to keep
It should have been. It should have been. It added character, it added levity, it added like some like quiet before the storm thing. It definitely should have been in here.
playing devil's advocate with myself, the movie also offers some more genuinely great moments that do hold up for Andrew and Toby. Like the scene of Andrew catching MJ is more than just fan service, and it really works on multiple levels. It works as a form of redemption for him not being able to save
Yeah, I mentioned this before. Yeah, I do not like the Amazing Spider-Man movies at all. The fact that he gets this moment here is really cool. I love it. Yeah, it's like it made me feel something for a character from movies I really don't like.
Gwen
Made me feel a lot.
all those years ago, and it also fulfills his role in this story by preventing this other version of himself from having to experience the same loss.
I just don't want you to end up like me.
And for Toby, getting to stop Tom from murdering Goblin is another great, satisfying choice. It's a full circle moment as he's finally able to save Norman, something he wasn't able to do in his universe, and he prevents this other version of himself from committing the same mistake that he made.
I hunted down the man who I thought did it. I wanted him dead. I got what I wanted. It didn't make it better.
I listen. I really like the Sam Raimi trilogy, but watching this movie, it became pretty clear to me that Tobey Maguire as an actor isn't on the same level as the other two. Especially this scene. It feels like this whole narration he always has in the beginning of the Sam Raimi movies, which is so cheesy. And like in the Sam Raimi movies, it works because that whole thing is like kind of very cheesy comic booky, right? Like Sam Raimi took a lot of inspiration from the original Spider-Man movies, right? Sorry, Spider-Man comics, like the 60s comics. But here it felt out of place for me.
So all of this has aged very well. But you know what hasn't? The final spell. Now, when the movie first came out,
yes,
I kept trying.
yes. I do not understand how this works, because like, does it delete pictures with him? Does it like there's this scene at the end where he goes to Spider-Man goes to Aunt May's grave, and then Happy shows up, and he's like, Happy's like, how do you know her? And or maybe it's the other way around. One of them asks like, how do you know her? And the other is like, through Spider-Man. And then the other is like, yeah, me too. Like, how does that like? Because if you remember, Happy was like basically the assigned like babysitter for Peter by Tony. He was really, especially in the second movie, really involved with the Peter side of it, right? And of course, Aunt May is Spider-Man's aunt, so that's the only reason why he would even know her. Like, I just don't understand how that works. And then again, pictures from the class trips and everything, and then in the extended cut, like in the theatrical cut, the second post-credit scene is just a trailer for the shitty Doctor Strange 2 movie. In the extended cut, it's like a little like from the school TV thingy they always had in those movies, and you like graduation and everything, and you see like a lot of pictures from like No Way Home and Homecoming where Peter is nowhere to be found. So is he like magically airbrushed out of those pictures? Like, or all the pictures where he's in delete? Like, yeah, I don't understand how it works.
To find ways
But again, like all of the Doctor Strange shit just sucks in this movie. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
to justify this and make it work, but in reality, it just doesn't. Seemingly, Doctor Strange cannot cast a spell to make everyone forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but he can cast a spell to just make them forget Peter Parker altogether?
Well, fuck. I don't remember this clearly enough, because in the beginning he can. Right, that's the original spell they're trying to do. Forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and then in the end, I guess it doesn't work anymore. But I don't think they explain that very well. Yeah, no, I agree. It's pretty weird, pretty
Does that make
fucky.
any sense? And it's frustrating because, once again, just like the setup for this movie, it's kind of nonsensical. But what it leads to is pretty awesome. By way of this spell, the movie basically resets MCU Spider-Man. He's all by himself in a little apartment, ready to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that we know and love.
Sorry, I wasn't here.
How does that make any sense? And it's frustrating because, once again, just like the setup for this movie, it's kind of nonsensical. But what it leads to is pretty awesome. By way of this spell, the movie basically
Yeah, and that's the same, right? That's like the same thing with the original thing. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but what it leads to is fucking amazing. And here too, it's like cool. It's like, again, it's like these three movies are the origin story of Spider-Man. They get Spider-Man to where he usually is. and this is cemented here, right? Like the apartment looks very similar to the apartment Tobey Maguire had in the Sam Raimi movies, and he's all by himself now. He made his own costume, blah blah blah. Like High Top fucking jizzed at this. I'm 100% sure. Like, just fucking came all over his pants.
He sets MCU Spider-Man. He's all by himself in a little apartment, ready to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that we know and love. His sacrifice at the end of this movie is one of the most Spider-Man things that Spider-Man has ever.
I love that scene too. I really like that scene too. Like he, when Zendaya, MJ is like, okay, you have to, like, he's like, I'll come back and I'll explain everything to you. And then Zendaya's like, yep, you have to. I can't do this. And then he goes to the place where Zendaya works at, MJ. No, it's a one-room apartment, no? Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. Like this is like, here's the bed, here's the kitchen, and then there's a little like bathroom over here probably, or maybe it's even a fucking closet, but it's like a tiny apartment. Not for New York standards, and it probably costs like $4,000 a month or something, but this is a pretty small apartment.
Ready to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that we know and love. His sacrifice at the end of this movie.
Yeah, okay, back to the scene. I just gave you the context. And then he goes up to where MJ works to tell her, like, you can see him, like, he prepares his speech and everything. And then he sees, like, okay, she seems happy. Okay, she still has that injury on her head from the fight on the Statue of Liberty. And then he's like, okay, fuck, I can't do this. I like, she has the opportunity for a normal life now, and I'll fuck it all up again. Like, that's so Spider-Man. Yes, I agree. It's not a small apartment for New York, but it is a small apartment for the world, right? And even like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you have a point. Maybe would have like this is the thing, right? They want like Spider-Man in Manhattan in like an apartment how it was like in the comics and the Sam Raimi movies, right? And maybe it would have made a lot more sense if it was like in Queens or the Bronx or something, because I don't know how the fuck Peter Parker can afford any fucking apartment in Manhattan, right? But yeah, no, you have a point. You have a point. I agree.
One of the most Spider-Man things that Spider-Man has ever done on film. And in case you're wondering, yes, this absolutely holds up. I mean, as long as they don't have him regress in Spider-Man 4, that is. But those are just my thoughts on No Way Home. Let me know.
Yeah, that's a big worry. No, I'm sorry. Mushroom Lady, I'm not gonna get into how my apartment looks, but no, it's not. This is a one-room apartment. Again, this is... fuck.
Make them forget Peter Parker altogether.
I can... It really isn't. The kitchen is in the living room. There's like no other rooms.
How does that make any sense?
Okay.
Movie,
blah, 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 blah.
I mean, as long as they don't have him regress in Spider-Man 4, that is. But those are just my thoughts.
Yeah, that's a big worry. Let's hope.
Thoughts on No Way Home. Let me know yours down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, but only if you want to. Remember to use the link in the description or pinned comment if you want to get your free trial and free book.
Why are you retracting your comments, Mushroom Lady? I read them out. They're here forever.
Audible. And if you enjoyed this video and want to watch another, you can click somewhere on the screen and do just that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Bad video. I'm sorry. It's just like... You're such a dumbass, dude. Good job, Mushroom Lady. I'll read it out. No worry. As a mod, I removed the comment of the troll. Yeah, you're great. Okay. This video is not great. I'm sorry. It's not fair to the movie. It has a point a little bit, right? With the whole there's the plot issues for sure, the Doctor Strange issues for sure. I really don't like that he projects the Doctor Strange issues on Spider-Man as well. But I went into all that. Yeah, all in all, it's not like the worst video or anything, but it's not great. It's not great. Okay, now I had a couple things that I could have done, but since I just rewatched Endgame, we're gonna do everything wrong with Avengers Endgame. Because as I said in the beginning, shut the fuck up. As I said in the beginning, that movie does not hold up. It's pretty bad all over. Like plot wise, characters wise, what it does for Infinity War, what it does for Thanos, what it does for Iron Man. Let's see if we get into this because people love Iron Man. In Endgame, but he really goes against his character. Maybe we'll get into it. If not, then I'll try to do it at the end. How far along are you on Severance? I think I watched another episode. Not that far. I like it, but I don't know. I'll get into it. Like as soon as I start like really getting into it again, I'll probably watch it within like a week. But yeah. Let me see if I can get chat on stream real quick. Hmm. I'm not sure. Can I? Browser. I might. Give me a second here. Pop out chat. No, I don't get a link. Like, fuck. Oh man. Mushroom Lady, I have something to do for you. Could you Google how to get YouTube chat on screen on OBS? That would be great. Once you finish the first season, there's a great video essay you can watch. Okay, cool. Yeah, send it to me when I'm done with the first season. That would be cool. Thank you. Ah, okay. I like your chatting, but I'm guessing you're going to sleep, right? Okay. Yeah. Let's do Endgame. Let's get into this. Should I change the title of the stream? Mushroom Lady, help me quickly. Should I change the title of the stream? Oh, there's 3 people here now? Hello, 3 people. Eight. I don't get it. Okay, I'll change it. Wait, because I want to keep like the. I want to. Okay, I'll do Okay. I'll do Yeah. Okay. Um. Marvel. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, thank you. But I'll do. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Marvel. Marvel bad? Okay, perfect. Then I'll link the video quickly. Because we want to source our shit, you know. Endgame. Save. Oh, I need. Okay, then I'll look at this another time. Thank you. No, because I know people who do that, right? Like streamers who on OBS. Because StreamYard sucks, dude. I was like on this one podcast once where they did it through StreamYards and I fucking hated it. And also like this is like clear guilt by association bullshit, but like the only people I know who fuck off. The only people who use StreamYards in my experience are like these right-wing woke motherfuckers, right? Which yeah, you know, it's not a point, but still. Anyway, okay. So, as I said, Endgame, I like watching it. It does shit with me, but I like it less every time I watch it, and it's really fucking bad. So, however, CinemaSins is also really fucking bad. So, this will be interesting. This will be pretty interesting. All right, let's go.
Hawkeye's entire goddamn family gets snapped away. His wife and 3 children. In Ant-Man 2, more Ant-Man, we saw Scott lose everyone around him when he went into the quantum realm. We saw both Fury and Maria Hill disappear, and meanwhile, Craig and his family are completely okay. You hear that?
Oh, okay. Who the fuck is Craig? That's a joke, right? That's just a. Okay. Thank you. I'll look into that some other time. Thanks. Okay, you can go to sleep now. To my soothing voice, or whatever. Yeah. Who the fuck? Like this? That's a joke, right? That's a joke, right?
Craig, you and your stupid family. Craig. 34 seconds of Marvel logos. Holy. Thank God it finally showed up. I thought I was gonna pass out. I feel like Ethan Hunt getting a hit of oxygen after that free dive in Rogue Nation.
So did we just skip over the whole thing with Hawkeye? All right. Guess so. And we skipped because like the scene with Tony and Nebula that's like probably the best part of the movie, or one of the best parts of the movie, where they just like seeing them be together in this awful situation and trying to make the best of it and everything, and fucking Nebula looking up for Tony, like that's a pretty good thing.
So the fuel cells were cracked during battle, and we figured out a way to reverse the ion charge and bought ourselves about 48 hours of flight time.
Why the did they take off in this ship without inspecting every last detail? I know the urge to go home is strong, but they could have stayed on Titan for a while to potentially find supplies, fix whatever needed to be fixed, and find fuel from at least 2 ships that...
Give me a second. I need to hear his line again.
After that free dive in Rogue Nation.
So the fuel cells were cracked during battle, and we figured out a way to reverse the ion charge and bought ourselves about 48 hours of flight time.
Why the
Yeah. Why the fuck would you assume that they just went off? Like maybe they did look. They said they managed to fix some stuff. Like this is probably the best they could. Like Tony is pretty fucking smart, right? Like I'm pretty cautious as well. He would like. This seems like an unfair thing here. I.
Did they take off in this ship without inspecting every last detail? I know the urge to go
How do you know they didn't?
home is strong, but they could have stayed on Titan for a while to potentially find supplies, fix whatever needed to be fixed, and find fuel from at least 2 ships that crash-landed during that fight, Nebula's Necrocraft and the Q ship. I feel like this whole thing was made up just to get Captain Marvel involved.
I mean, I don't like the involvement of Captain Marvel, but I don't think that's like that. That seems so reasonable to me. Like, yes, it did crash when they landed. They didn't have any other ships, right? There, like, oh no, this is the Guardian ship, right? Yeah, but yeah, nah, I'm sorry, no.
Wait, each of these sinks in this bathroom have individual shaving mirrors? Is that really necessary? Seems like the Avengers could divert their interior design budget to, like, I don't know, alien missile defense, which would come in very handy later in the...
Sure. I mean, they. Okay, let me think of how to phrase this. They do have like really good defense shit. Like you can see it in Ant-Man, for example. Like they fucking yeah, they can detect fucking ants, right? And it was really unexpected. And I think the ship came like through the thing in the facility, right? But like, yeah, at the same time, it is like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But I don't think like taking away 3 shaving mirrors would like make up for that. I mean,
movie. Gwyneth Paltrow doesn't know what movie she's in this scene.
He did exactly.
what does that mean?
Which would come in very handy later in the movie. Gwyneth Paltrow doesn't know what movie she's
What? Why?
in this scene.
Okay.
He did exactly what he said he was going to do. Thanos wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
Even though the world
So all living creatures, does that mean plants as well? Because then he's fucked with his like resource thing.
governments are in pieces, they were able to take not only an impromptu census, but also a cat and dog census. And who cares if it was 50% or not? If you wiped out 10%, the situation is still
Sure. Yeah, sure. I don't know if it's based on a census or if it's just like, okay, I mean, like, look, the police force is only half now. Look, all the classes are only half now, like, roughly. Like, I don't know. Fair enough, but it's like, it's minor. It's really minor. It's like a nitpick. And I mean, nitpicking is fair enough, right? And that's what he does. But, like, yeah.
Honestly, until this exact second, I thought you were Build-A-Bear.
har har tones. This falls just as flat as what he called Ebony Maw Squidward in Infinity War. No pop culture references don't always equate to comedy, movie.
It's really rich for him to say that. But that aside, the Squidward thing worked for me. The Build-A-Bear thing worked less for me, but that's because I don't know Build-A-Bear and I know SpongeBob, right? I don't know. I couldn't break it down for you.
Avengers, not the pre-Vengers.
Okay.
Right?
You made your point. Just sit down, okay?
No, here's my point. You know what?
Tony,
She's
just sit,
great.
sit down.
Pick a lane. Movie, either Tony is so upset that he can't think straight, or he's just lighthearted enough to make whimsical comments about Captain Marvel and call Rocket a Build-A-Bear. It can't be both.
No, I disagree. I mean, that's how he processes things, right? He's always like snappy and snippy and like he obviously he does think Captain Marvel is fucking great because she just saved him from dying like in the middle of nowhere in fucking space, right? And he says like, yeah, we need some new blood here and whatever. Like this seems all very genuine. The Build-A-Bear is I agree more, but yeah. I don't know.
I can tell you where Thanos is.
Where has she been this whole time? Did they not allow her in the meeting? Geez, so much of that previous scene could have been totally avoided.
To the garden. That's cute. Thanos has a retirement plan.
Do the Avengers have a quota of snarky wisecracks that have to be inserted with...
I agree. I mean, it's pretty rich for him to say that, but I pretty much hated every line coming out of Rhodey in this movie. It gets especially bad when we're getting to fucking shit just out of nowhere. Oh no. Yeah, it gets pretty bad, especially when we're at when Thor comes back in later. But yeah, no, I agree. Rhodey is fucking sucks here.
Build-A-Bear. It can't be both.
I can tell you where Thanos is.
Where has she been this whole time? Did they not allow her in the meeting? Geez, so much of that previous scene could have been totally avoided.
To the garden.
That's cute. Thanos has a retirement plan.
Do the Avengers have a quota of snarky wisecracks that have to be inserted within...
Wait, I'm sorry, I glossed over this before. Where's she been? Did they not allow her in the meeting? I don't know, she just didn't have... She's like a pretty quiet person. She doesn't talk much, right? See, I don't know, seems good, seems okay.
Geez, so much of that previous scene could have been totally avoided.
And how? Like, I just wish that that Jeremy explained what he means when he says stuff like that.
To the garden.
That's cute. Thanos has a retirement plan.
Do the Avengers have a quota of snarky wisecracks?
Also, I said I hate pretty much every line of Rhodey. This is... I find that line pretty defensible. Especially compared to, like, later. But, like, yeah, I mean... He's pissed at Thanos, he says stuff like that, sure, that's fine.
That have to be inserted within certain intervals? That's annoying. I'm built on snarky movie wisecracks and I don't even have a quota.
No one's ever seen anything like it.
The Avengers have a quota.
It doesn't make it better if you acknowledge the flaw in yourself, like... Yeah.
Snarky wisecracks that have to be inserted within certain intervals? That's annoying. I'm built on snarky movie wisecracks and I don't even have a quota.
No one's ever seen anything like it. Until 2 days ago, on this planet.
Wait, did you figure this out because Nebula said she knew where Thanos was? Or did you just run a diagnostic on power surges? Why didn't you do that before? All Nebula knew was the garden, so that didn't help you with your power surge report.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair point.
Within certain intervals? That's annoying. I'm built on snarky movie wisecracks and I don't even have a quota.
No one's ever seen anything like it. Until 2 days ago, on this planet.
Wait, did you figure this
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. That's a fair criticism.
out because Nebula said
Criticism.
she knew where Thanos was? Or did you just run a diagnostic on power surges? Why didn't you do that before? All Nebula knew was the garden, so that didn't help you with your power surge report.
And where the hell have you been all this time?
There are a lot of other planets in the universe. And unfortunately, they didn't have you guys.
How did the story of Thanos looking for the Infinity Stones elude you in your travels?
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it will, because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
Go back to the Fantastic Four?
After that.
I'm sorry, I'll change the title again. Because Marvel bad, yes. Like, it's stupid to put, like, question marks behind that. But if I say that, then I imply... Because we talk about Endgame, No Way Home first, and that's not bad. So I'll put in No Way Home bad, question mark, question mark, question mark, Endgame bad, period. Should I put a dash in between those? I think that makes sense. Like, to know, yeah. Okay. And I'll quickly play my latest song that I uploaded. SoundCloud. Because I need to get some drinky drink. Because I'm kinda tired. Not tired, thirsty. I need to give me a second because I don't know if it shows the password. Probably not, but just to be sure. Where is OBS? Here. I click you. You should just... whatever. put that away quickly. Sign in. Your email address. Yes. Yeah, quick bathroom break and I'll get a drinkly drink because I'm kind of thirsty. There we go. There we go. Then, oh, I'm so, yeah, okay, it didn't show it. I'm so stupid. Like, I hit the window, but I didn't transition. Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, here. My latest song. Have fun. Dude, this song dude, fuck, I forgot something. I have to go back. But this song, this is like I'll put this in description too. This is like a tech demo for the Chuno plugin by Roland for yeah. Yeah. And it's so fucking beautiful. It's like insanely beautiful. I love it. It's so cool. Chuno plugin tech demo. I really like that. It's also funny. Introduced in 1984 as an affordable polysynth for the masses. I think a tuna is like a couple $1,000 now. It's like pretty insane. And even that plugin is like, I think $200-300. Let's check. Wait. Fuck off. Why wouldn't you link to that, Roland? Are you stupid? Tuna plug-in. By Roland. Here. The normal, like the real one. Cookie settings. Oh, fuck off. Off. I won't go through the. Yeah. Confirm my choices. Here. This is so fucked as well that they just won't just like fucking show the price. Like you have to go through all this shit. All this shit. Look at this. But it's such a nice, it's such a. Oh, it's not even for. I wanted the Juno 106 anyway. Products, synthesizers. But like, not like the actual ones, please. Like, would it be under production? Maybe? Roland Cloud. Yeah, it's so fucked, dude. You can't even buy shit anymore. You have to. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, this is taking too much time. You can't even fucking. Like. You can't buy shit anymore. You have to join some fucking shit where you pay like $60 every month and they can just like be like, oh no, I'm sorry, we don't do that shit anymore. And it's gone. Like, holy fuck, that sucks so bad. Okay, I have to go back quickly. Did I show you? Yeah, I'll put something in. Why not, right? Let's not have some dead air here. Did I even... 1 second. 1 fucking second. Oh, yes. Yes, okay, okay. Yes, it is open. I'm streaming, right? Yeah, I'm streaming. Wait, let me check my phone. Yeah, I'm streaming. Fuck you, asshole. All right. What do you want to listen to? What can we listen to? Oh, not this, not this, not this, not this. Oh, you want to see some? You want to hear some old shit that's not even public anymore? Well, that would kind of defeat the point of making that public anymore, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, let's listen to some shit I made in 2017. 3.5 minutes? I don't need 3.5 minutes. 5.5, 3, 4, 3.5, 3. Ah, man. I don't want to listen. Ah, no. 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 Fuck me, dude. Okay, wait. Sorry. Well, this sucks. Well, anyway, I'll be back in like a minute or two. I guess we will have dead air. Sorry. Cat needs to eat, you know? Fucking can't have a starving cat here. Right? Alright. Alright. Let's just fucking watch this fucking video. Right? Let's fucking go. I am kind of losing a bit of steam. I'm hoping I'm not. I don't know. I'm just. Shouldn't there be like a link for the chat? Participants, moderation activity, timestamps, reactions, pop. No. Oh, you can turn off the reactions? That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Anyway. Any fucking way. Oh, there's a person here. Hello. We're looking at Endgame right now. Right. Yeah, let's go. Anyway, let's go.
The stones serve no purpose beyond temptation.
You murdered trillions! Has anyone in this universe learned not to shove somebody who's being held in place for a good goddamn reason? Why did Captain Marvel even let go of Thanos anyway?
Fair enough. Fair point.
Doesn't matter in the end, but Jesus!
I used the stones to destroy the stones.
Weird. I used my farts to cover for other farts, but there were still farts left over, so what gives?
And there he goes back into his stupid fucking choky shit, right? It's just, yes. Apparently that works. So it works. Like I don't need more. Like the Infinity Stones are literally fucking do whatever the fuck you want things, right? So it's honestly really good that they destroyed them. From a writing perspective, because that could make some issues. Although we do know later that they need the stones so it doesn't go to shit. So maybe that's why the MCU has been shit ever since Endgame, except for Spider-Man. What was my point? I'm sorry. Right, yeah. I don't need that seems logical to me. I don't need like much explanation for that.
Lizzie Thornton. Movie gives us the actual time it takes for this text to show up on screen. So nearly 4 billion people.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, it takes a bit long. Sure.
Thornton. Movie gives us.
Wait, what's that? Huh?
But there were still farts left over, so what gives? Lizzie Thornton. Movie gives us the actual time it takes for this text to show up on screen. So
what's Lizzie Thornton? I don't get
4
it.
billion people are left on the planet and nobody's good enough to play baseball? Or is this more of a comment on the Mets attendance?
And that's
Nah, dude, I'm guessing that when you like lose half of your closest people, which would be the average thing, right? You probably don't really want to go to baseball stadiums anymore. And like Thanos killed half of people, but I'm sorry, I need to come back. My cat just hopped over to the street. Cute. Thanos killed half of the people, but that's not like. Sorry, give me a second. That's not the full extent. Like, so planes would have crashed because pilots don't work anymore. Police have police gone, so a lot more crime, a lot more murders, right? Probably. Fucking genocides probably all over the world, and wars for sure, wars, right? And let's not even talk about the fucking suicides. Like, realistically, there's more like probably I would say like 30% left of people, and even that might be way more than is actually left. I don't know.
That's those little brave baby steps we gotta take.
Good for Cap getting involved in group therapy, but what is this group? Is he the leader? Did he form it? Did he print out all those flyers, or?
Who cares? Like, yeah, it seems like he's like the. I don't know. I've never been to like a group therapy thing like this, like, because he's not a therapist, it's more like a support group. I've never been to like a support group thing, right? But in movies, they always seem to have like leaders, kinda. And yeah, it makes sense that he's that, right? That he's like, because he's like inspirational and he knows how to, I don't know, fucking help people. I don't know.
Did he do a Facebook post? Is there free coffee? Is there still Facebook? Are they in the city? God damn it, this group is never mentioned again, and I'm furiously curious about it.
Why? Why is that a sin? Like, this is what I hate about CinemaSins, because he just conflates like actual criticism with like half criticism and jokes, and like he gets shit wrong, and then he says he gets shit wrong on purpose. It's like so bad. Like, it's real. Like, if you just watch it for like entertainment, sure, but if you watch it to get like media criticism, don't. Like, don't. It's not good. It's not good.
I think the thing that's most infuriating about this rat is that a simple press of a button gets Scott back. At the end of Ant-Man 2, Die Antwoord, the Pims had initiated a return sequence that they were unable to finish because they were snapped away. But this button turns everything back on as if computers just bookmarked they were doing 5 years ago. I guess it's...
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of shit about the rat that doesn't make any sense, right? Completely fair.
A good number of
I
waste
agree.
management employees were dusted, causing trash to pile up temporarily, but it's been 5 years, and that's 5 years of the population creating only half the trash that they'd previously produced. So why is it built up on the streets like this is...
Again, the half thing doesn't, but I won't harp on that every time he says it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, for sure. Maybe they come less often. Like, infrastructure's probably fucked, right? When you lose like half and then everybody else that will be gone. Yeah, I don't know.
Road or some This list of vanished people has an order I'd describe as pseudo-alphabetical. It's got a lot of names that start with LAB, but a few LAM and LAZ and LAN mix.
That's true. That's true. I've never noticed that. Lannon, Lasorcha, Lasorca, Labanti, Laban, Laboon, Laboon, Labori. Like, if you just look at these three and then... No, it doesn't work at all. It doesn't work at all. Lamb, Labo, Lannon, Labyrin, Lamfers, Labanti, Laban, Labo. Labo. Laboy? Laboy, that's great. Laboda, that's one of my favorite things. Watching the credits and looking at all the funny names.
Whoever did this memorial is a wonderful person, but a dick to efficiency. Scott is looking at this stone with these names here, and this will eventually be the one where he sees his own name at eye level. But Scott Lang is nowhere in the middle of this.
Yeah, true.
Until the movie cuts, and neither.
True.
Or the other people. Once again, teleholograms will have a normal conversation with each other like they're literally standing in a room like this, when in fact they're all by themselves in some sort of hollow booth that I would just once like to see in operation. If there were...
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't really care. Seems to work this way, so it works this way. Like, this is not criticism. This is just like, this isn't explained. I wanna, like, this is not even nitpicking, because there's nothing wrong here. They just don't tell us how it works, but it works.
During VR, we'd see it on their holograms. If they have a panoramic video screen around them that is tied to a certain channel, then where is camera?
Well, no, they would have the hologram as well. And I mean, we see in Infinity War, right, where they have like the whole table set up. And like, I don't know, it works. I preferred the thing from Avengers where they had like the horizontal screens, just because, but that's like purely subjective. That's just because when I started reading Avengers comics at like age 7 or whatever, that's how it was. But I mean, I don't know.
They have a panoramic video screen around them that is tied to a certain channel, then where is camera?
Sorry, that must have been a very long fight.
No, they would have holograms, right, as well? And they would probably have like holographic cameras all around the room. Like, come on.
Yeah, but that's just it.
For me, it was 5 hours.
Directors accidentally filmed Paul Rudd talking about his real life and put it in the movie. Also,
Get it? Because he doesn't age.
the quantum realm makes years seem like hours. Why did Michelle Pfeiffer look 30 years older when she got rescued from it? And if there was...
I think that's like fair enough. I think it's like different wherever you are or whatever. I think it's like relative or something. But yeah, that's a fair question, I think.
the relative time difference, why were Hank and Scott able to talk over a radio in real time at the end of Ant-Man 2, Antebellum, Parabellum?
What if there
That's a very fair question. I can't help you with that.
was a way that we could enter the quantum realm at a certain point in time, but then exit the quantum realm at another point in time?
So you spent 5 hours in the quantum realm, and because of relativity, that was 5 years on Earth. The problem is,
That was a weird audio change.
you spent 5 hours in the quantum...
Like, he's very, like, reverby here. And, like, it's almost like as if he, like, had 2 takes that he put together, and one take he was, like, back here from the microphone, and then one he was here.
quantum realm, and because of relativity, that was 5 years on...
Right? Or it's a different room. Like, it's weird.
Another point in time.
So you spent 5 hours in the quantum realm, and because of relativity, that was 5 years on Earth. The problem is, in both the quantum realm and...
I'm sorry, it's not a point. It's just, it's really distracting to me.
the quantum realm, and because of relativity, that was 5 years on Earth. The problem is, in both the quantum realm and in the outside world, time was moving forward. So why do you think there are points that you can go to just because of your 5-hour experience with relativity?
So who do we...
I don't know. Like, it's fair enough. Like, you come out and you realize, oh shit, 5 years have passed, and like, more than half. Yeah, I don't want to say half because it's not true. More than half of people have died. But for you, it was like 5 hours. Like, I would probably go to the Avengers with them. Like, hey, listen, this happened. Maybe we can look into this? Like, maybe. Who knows? Maybe not. But, like, you don't really have shit to do, it seems. So, yeah. Or at least this seems like on the top of your minds, right?
Talk to you about this.
On the top front? I'm not sure.
How about a fucking quantum physicist? Look, I know Tony's brilliant, but this has never been his forte. If anything, Scott himself should know some more appropriate scientists through his associations with Hank. Why not see if Larry Fishburne is still alive?
That's fair. I guess that's fair. I mean, Tony's not really like he's like an engineer mostly, right? And like a really good engineer, but like, yeah, in like the beginning, and then he just basically becomes like a general genius, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Go back, we could get them.
Sure, getting your friends and loved ones back is a noble idea, but it's also morally murky. Remember, life has been going on for 5 years now. People have moved on. People are in new marriages. Some dangerous people who used to torment others are out of the picture. This would cause even more chaos and be like Castaway times 3.5 billion.
I agree with that. And that was the biggest thing for me on my recent rewatch. That I could not really get behind the heroes and their mission because I don't know how moral it is. And that would be fine if they like actually talked about it, but they don't really. Like, Tony is like, yeah, I don't really want to do that because, you know, I have my own daughter, but that's like selfish, which doesn't, that's like one of the big problems with Tony in this movie. I said we were going to touch on it. Now we're touching on it. That's like one of the huge issues, that Tony is like very selfishly motivated. And also, he only talks about it really to Cap. And all the others are like, okay, fine. But that's like the one thing. Then the other thing is, yeah, like I just said, like, the other thing is, sorry.
Are out of the picture. This would.
All right. The other thing is that, again, this is just seen as like moral, right? And everybody is like Tony is like, I don't want to do it, but for selfish reasons. And everybody else is like, yeah, but we kind of have to. And I don't know. Like, life has moved on. And as much as I really, really hate Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you can see in that show that that there was like some huge issues with them all coming back together, right? Because like the resources would have adjusted and the infrastructure would have adjusted to more than half coming back, right? More than half being gone, right? Yeah. That was a big issue for me when I watched it again.
Cause even more chaos and be like Castaway times 3.5 billion.
Model rendered.
Holy Tony solves the eternal question of time travel in less time than it took to actually write the scene. Why the does Pepper need 5 lamps and 1 lit candle to read a book about
Wait, I'm sorry. Yes, this is it's like insane. How he's like, oh yeah, wait, what does he say? Let's try a Mobius strip. Invert it, please, and don't worry if it doesn't pan out. It just works out. Okay, great. Like, I don't get what that all means, but it seems pretty easy.
Write the scene. Why the does Pepper need 5 lamps and 1 lit candle to read a book about composting?
Trying to get you.
I don't know. It sets the mood. I have a lot of lamps as well. I have like a... You can see my room now, so you can see the whole room, and I won't give you a room tour, but you know, since I have the camera now, I may as well like incorporate it. I have a light here that's now pretty bright, but usually it's behind the curtain, so it's not that bright. Then I have a... What's it called? Lichterkette. You know, like the line of lights, I have that here. And I have a lamp up here that I hardly ever use because it's really bright. Then I have another like line of lights all around this wall. Then I have like a star back there that's also a light. Then I have another light on my nightstand. And 2 candles. Also on my nightstand. It's like moody. It's nice. I like it. I like having options as well.
To stop has been one of the few failures of my entire life.
Pithy one-liner aside, he totally stopped. He's out here raising a family in a goddamn cabin in the woods, washing his own dishes and tucking his kid into bed at night. He's
True.
not out there Iron Manning anymore, so this line is a big old sack of...
Okay, here we go. Time travel test number 1.
But I mean, she didn't get him to stop, right? He like lost faith after... Wait, he skipped over the whole... Oh no, he skipped over the whole confrontation between Iron Man and Cap, which that's another problem. Like, that whole thing was like a 2-minute scene at the most. And that's all we get for their, like, because they should have huge issues with each other, and they should talk about that shit from Civil War, right? Yeah, but like, yeah. But he lost faith. He like took off his thing and gave it to Steve. Like, put this on and do whatever and kill him or whatever. Oh no, put this on, find Thanos and hide. He's scared as shit, and he lost. It's not Pepper's doing that he doesn't Iron Man anymore. That's the point here.
This test is not successful, but it's also not unsuccessful, in that they do actually transport Scott over time. So this means that 2 scientists have made giant breakthroughs in time travel over the same roughly 12-hour period.
A fully functioning...
Yeah, that's always kind of bothered me. I agree with that.
Time-space GPS.
It's weird to me that Tony knew enough of Hank Pym's work to properly make a device that would help people travel through time in the quantum realm, a place where only 2 people have ever been, with one of those people evaporated by the snap and the other being lovable doofus Scott. I thought the first Ant-Man was about how Hank took his work and hid it from everyone, including Tony's dad. And the evil Darren Cross tried to make his own tech that ended up liquefying a baby lamb. And they ended up blowing up dude's lab. I'm pretty sure they didn't give this tech to Tony. So the result is Tony's a genius, don't think time travel possible. By rule, I think the movie has to do this because the how isn't all that explainable, and the movie is 3 hours, but Jesus.
I agree. And this is another movie that is really long and would have benefited from at least another hour. I understand that that's not practical, But I don't know. It would have benefited from that for sure. Like, how cool would it have been if they put out an extended cut that was like 4 or 5 hours, or maybe I don't know. I don't know if you can just change formats. I was gonna say like it was a mini series, the extended cut, with like, because it's like neatly put into 3 acts, right? It's like the killing Thanos and the 5 years gap and everything, and then it's the figuring out time travel, getting the team back together, and doing the oh my god nostalgia, let's come shit, and then it's like the final battle. Like you could, I think you could have made like 3 episodes out of that, but I'm not sure. But like, yeah, like an extended cut would have been cool. I don't know if they could have fixed every problem, because there's a lot. I'll link that video now, because the Fringy video is pretty good. But yeah. I think it could have helped if they extended it like that. Sorry. There's a video here how bad dialogue ruined Thor 4. There's so much wrong with Thor 4. Like, dialogue is like part of it, but there's so much more wrong. How Andrew Garfield accidentally leaked something. Spider-Man No Way Home. Right, yeah, that was the whole thing. Oh, God. You can see it, so I'm not gonna comment on it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the Fringy video, right? Fringy endgame. There we go. This video is insane. I don't know if it's insane, but it's really good. It breaks it down really well. So I'll put that in the description for y'all. Fringy video on endgame. There we go. Save. All right. All right. We have 2 people here. That's pretty cool. I know one of them. I know who one of them is. It's Mushroom Lady. She's asleep now. The other person, if you're actually here, because I'm not quite sure, but if you're actually here, feel free to say hi in the chat. I would be interested in who's actually listening to me ramble on about fucking cape shit.
It took Doc Brown 30 years to perfect time travel, and it didn't even require that much explanation because you trusted the amount of time that went into it. 3 hours, but Jesus. It took Doc Brown 30 years to...
Yeah, again, yeah. This is really convoluted. They both find out at the same time. It's also weird structurally in the movie. And it's just, yeah. It's cheap. It's not well written, for sure.
Perfect time travel.
But I can excuse that way more than what happens later.
And it didn't even require that much explanation because you trusted the amount of time that went into it. This is 100% on Scott here. How did he not notice a motherfucking spaceship about to land a few yards away before he opened the taco?
He won't.
Yeah, and it's also, like, yeah, for sure, but that's one thing. It's also...
Scott here. How did he not notice a motherfucking spaceship about to land a few yards...
It's a useless scene, right? Because Rocket and Nebula land here, and they walk like in, and then Nebula's like, Rhodey, look up, I re-enter. There's a retard at the... Shit, I don't want to say that. Sorry. There's an idiot in the... A moron, I think she says, in the landing zone, and then he comes in like, and then Hulk gives him a taco, and that's the scene. It's like, why is that in the movie? Why is that in the movie?
Away before he
it's short, but still.
Opened the taco.
He won't see you.
Huh. Seems a little weird to reduce a badass character like Valkyrie into a glorified gatekeeper with little agency otherwise.
Also, the biggest flaw in this scene
Notice a motherfucking spaceship about to land a few yards away before he opened the taco.
is that he's using like that's a hard shell, right? You cannot eat those. I don't know how to eat those without just them breaking apart and you have everything everywhere. I like tacos. I hate fucking hard shell tacos. They make no sense.
He won't see you.
Huh. Seems a little weird to reduce a badass character like Valkyrie into a glorified gatekeeper with little agency otherwise. I'm sure this gets rectified later in the movie, though. Let's see.
That's not a problem. It's like, okay, you can like her and you can be like, okay, I wish she was more in here. It's not a problem. Che Exie once said a good thing. She said, a movie not doing something you would have liked is not a flaw. Something like that. And it's very true. It's very true.
Looking. Oh yeah, she takes out one of those Chitauri whale things.
Something not being in a movie when it's not like needed for the story to work is not a flaw.
And gets a half-assed offer to run Asgard now that it's a fishing village and not the landmark for civilization known across the universe. Thor! Thor's fat. Get it? It's a joke.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Punished Thor would have been really interesting, really cool. He's just a joke. And what makes me even more annoyed about this isn't just like I can see how that would happen, right? He loses for the first time for real. Like he even says that in Infinity War. So he gets depressed. What I hate about it is that everybody else just makes fun of him for it. Like, it's like Iron Man 3, right? Where Iron Man's panic attacks are just made fun of. And like I'll admit there's like a personal issue there for me because I had to deal with panic attacks, and that was like it wasn't that long ago when the movie came out, so I was really annoyed by it. But yeah, it's just like you are like world's mightiest heroes, like most upstanding, moral, whatever, and you're his friends, and you don't take him serious for a second. Like that cheese whiz wisecrack, that fucking roadie rips. Hate that. Hate that. And then Rocket. Oh, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Movie, except
when
the movie wants you to take it seriously. And back to joke. Get it? Of all the bullshit this movie did not need, it's Hawkeye's career as a vigilante. But even more, I can't believe Hawkeye is the kind of guy who can take on a horde of Yakuza on his own. You might say Hawkeye has fought tons of enemies stronger than this, and I say with help.
One side there, the
I think this is a thing that CinemaSins for some reason really hates Hawkeye. I like Hawkeye. I think he's got a lot of potential that was never really realized, but I like him. What I don't like about all this is we never get like the redemption. It's like with he skipped over that too. It's like with Hulk. Hulk. Like we never get the arc. We just get the end point of the arc. Like he's evil. Hawkeye now. He's evil, or evil. He's like a murderer, Punisher person, and then he's just good again. And that, I don't know. At that point, just don't have it, because like this reflects really poorly on all the other Avengers as well. That they're just fine with this. Yeah.
Hilarious reference, but this is a reference to a movie that starred Jeff Bridges, who was in the original Iron Man. Stop with the constant references, especially when they make no goddamn sense. Gah!
Change it.
That's fair enough. I can see how that could like take you out of it.
The past doesn't change the future.
You see, we needed a way to do time travel where we didn't up the present. So now we're doing the kind of time travel where we create alternate timelines. I'm sure it won't be just as confusing as all the other time travel movies, and there will be no debate about this at all by the time it's over.
No. That's not the criticism. The criticism is that Endgame doesn't know what its rules are, because it says this here in the most convoluted way possible, that it has the alternate timelines, But at the same time, what the hell just happened? Hello?
Movie that starred Jeff Bridges, who was in the original Iron
What the fuck just happened? Okay, we're back. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I never changed this anyway. Give me a second. This is completely wrong here. Here. Endgame bad. Okay. Why does this not work? Oh, amazing. I can't fucking... Oh, fuck off, dude. Okay, yeah. Can't change it now. This sucks. I can't change the text here. Could I paste something? Give me a second, sorry. This is annoying me. Endgame bad. Okay. Now, can I... Nope. No. Ah, dude. I just want to center you. Hello? I'm sorry. I'm a professional, in case you didn't know. This is why this is so professional. Great. Awesome. Okay. Just center it. Okay. Transition. Okay. All right. I mean, we had some, I think, from like a connection thing, this has worked pretty well so far, but there's some issues here that I need to look at. And I also need a better cam, because again, I'm just like, cam here would probably be cool. Okay, let's we're only a third through this video. Let's go. Let's go.
And stop with the constant references, especially when they make no goddamn sense. Gah!
Changing the past doesn't change the future.
You see, we needed a way to do time travel where we didn't
Right.
up the present. So now we're doing the kind of time travel where
Okay, that's cool. Now nothing works anymore. Okay, I'll end the stream quickly, because this is not great, everything. And I don't think it will stitch them together. We'll just do part 1 and part 2 again. Or I'll stitch them together in post or something. I don't know. But this is really annoying right now. Everything. And we should be live again. We should be, yeah, we're live again. Let's see if I can No, I
to
said.
create alternate timelines. I'm sure it won't be just as
Okay, I guess I'll shut down Safari quickly. We just lost a viewer. Oh no, we just lost a viewer. Sorry, person who was watching or listening. But yeah, this doesn't work right now. Or no, we'll just power through it. We'll just power through it. Fuck it. Let's go.
confusing as all the other time travel movies, and there will be no debate about this at all by the time it's over.
If you travel to the past,
Right.
that past becomes your future.
Here's the issue. The issue is that it sets up here the alternate timeline thingies, but at the same time it also has like Cap going back and growing up in the future, right? And has shit like that. So it's like it tries to have like two rule sets that don't work together, and that's pretty. That's the problem.
And your former present becomes the past, which can't now be changed by your new future.
Are we really just going to leave out the alternative timeline explanation here? Because this reason focuses on the effects of time travel on one individual. It basically says all those new timeline people can go f themselves.
So Back to the Future is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, that's true too. They have no thing for that's true too.
Have you know Alan Silvestri scored that movie and this one, so you owe an apology to Alan Silvestri and the entire goddamn world who loves that movie.
We only have enough pin particles for one round trip each, and these stones have been in a lot of different places.
They later accidentally let themselves into Hank's lab in 1970 and grabbed some Pym juice that...
Yeah, that's so stupid too. Like, none of them come up with, oh, let's just go somewhere where we have more Pym particles. Like, that's so fucking stupid.
But why wouldn't they just start by going back to a time when Hank was alive and grab a bunch of them then, so that they'd have almost unlimited chances at this? I'm not just throwing out a crazy amateur theory. This makes all the sense, and there are at least two super geniuses on this team.
She stuck her hand inside a rock this one time, and then the ether stuck itself inside her.
As cringy and silly as this description is, still beats watching the entirety of Thor: The Dark World.
Here Choke is, right? He describes the movie, and Ant-Man is the only one who's like invested, which is funny in a meta thing, because like Scott would be like the kind of person who would like that movie. That's funny, and it does get a kick out of me. However, it like just it makes turns Thor's whole breakdown into a joke again, which I don't like. Like, everybody else is, oh, this fucking guy. Like, dude, this is your friend. Like, show some care. Show some, I don't know. Like, fucking be a person, I guess.
It's almost like you guys were blocked perfectly to get this one shot. I'm sure it was a fluke, and it definitely won't happen again to, like, all your female characters in a lame attempt to get a girl power splash page later in the movie.
That's such a bad scene. This is more, like, yeah, I agree, but, like, this could happen. This is more excusable. This is way less silly than all the women showing up at the same exact spot on that fucking battlefield as if there was, like, a woman call or whatever.
I like the Avengers theme a lot. Like, it's one of the most recognizable themes in modern movies, but they lean hard into that in this movie. This would be like Star Wars playing the opening.
Yeah, isn't that fair? Like, this is like the, like, it's not the last, but it's like the end of an era and whatever. It's like the big ending event, and I have my problems with it. As I said, it's pretty fucking bad, but like, isn't that fair? That seems fair.
Fanfare during all your favorite moments in Return of the Jedi. Movie gives me another chance to send this stupid gun cocking that Black Widow does during the hero shot. Hordes of aliens are raining down on New York, but sure, the fate of the world might end up resting on that Glock. Oh, thanks for the rooftop assist, Ancient One. You ever think
It's her.
maybe sending some of the masters you know out to the battle?
Hello. Sorry. It's her weapon. Like, yeah, fucking get that shit ready. And she gets in some pretty good shots as well. Like, hello.
since this directly threatens Earth? Does the threat only have to be mystical before you get off your ass?
We just wait around for this Quill guy to show up.
Why would the Nebula footage start right here, at the most expositional part of Rhodey's dialogue? Why didn't it start like when she was peeing? Not that I want to see that or anything, I'm just saying that would happen more frequently than, damn it, you perverts, let's just move on.
As far as I'm concerned,
He has a point, I guess. He has a point for sure. Oh, they sent Truman Show 3 days ago? Ooh, let's put that in the fucking playlist. I like that movie, and I wanted to rewatch it. This is a perfect excuse to rewatch that movie and fucking get angry at Jeremy.
America's ass.
This ass play, I mean wordplay, is funny. Really funny, actually. And even though this movie is overly quippy, I gotta give this one a sin back.
Maximum occupancy.
This is the one he... This is the one? Really? That one? Didn't do much for me. I guess, it's subjective and everything. Like, I'm not equipped to break down jokes, right? I say right as if you, like, fucking knew me intimately. I'm telling you, I'm not equipped to break down jokes. Because I'm not a comedian and I have never, like, really looked into that. But it's weird to me that this is the one he likes.
And this tiny detail directly leads to the cluster that takes Tony and Cap back to the 70s. It's like the butterfly effect.
Not only that, it also leads directly to fucking Loki. I fucking hate that show so much. And I mean, it's funny, but yeah.
Only hulkier.
I'm gonna have to.
Also, couldn't Hulk just like jump? Well, I guess there's people down there, right? Yeah. Why doesn't, like, if Banner is in control, right? And he's that's the key. I'm always angry. Why doesn't he just turn back into Banner here? Or is Banner only a little, like, I don't remember. Is he only a little bit in control when he's hulking? Like, he's enough in control to not, like, kill everybody, but not enough to, like, revert back, I guess? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true, because I think that's true, because in Age of Ultron, they have the whole, like, it's getting real low, blah, blah, blah thing. Okay, that's fair.
That's okay. Trust me. Hail Hydra.
Look, this is a great scene. It's even a fun throwback to Winter Soldier in the middle of the 2012 Avengers timeline. But this asshole decides, we don't have to call the director about this, even though he's never been told that Cap is on board with Hydra. I mean, he doesn't even think it might be a trick or something.
I agree and I disagree, right? Because, yeah, like, this, you really want that scepter. You really need that for your evil Nazi shit you're doing. So you kind of should, like, follow that up. At the same time, holy shit, Captain America is Hydra? Like, I could come up immediately with reasoning for why they, as, like, low-level people, because maybe not the bald guy, I don't remember his function, but all the other people are just, like, not like grunts, but they're like soldiers, right? Point is, I could see why they, like there's reasoning for why they wouldn't know that Cap is Hydra, because you don't want that shit to come out. And he wouldn't know, like, from their perspective, he has no way of knowing that S.H.I.E.L.D. is Hydra, except for if he is Hydra himself. Yeah.
I know, and what's really f***ed up is how you could just jump down that open part in the middle and not have to mess with them at all.
Alright, I don't think I finished that. Yeah, couldn't he just jump down? I was saying from the balcony, which I didn't want, I took back because, people, but here, like, you can look, you can be like, I jump! Watch out! Or whatever, to jump down, right?
And I'm gonna need that case.
Movie makes it seem like ownership of the Tesseract was hotly contested right after the battle in New York, and I'm sorry. If you listen to Nick Fury talking to Shadowy Powers Booth at the end of the Avengers, it sounded like it was up to Fury whether Thor took the Tesseract back, not Alexander Pierce. And Fury thought it was a good thing Thor was taking it away. Also,
yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I haven't seen Avengers in a bit, but that's fair enough.
after the council decided to nuke Manhattan in the original Avengers, mind you. But the Secretary himself is here in no time? Was he seriously not outside the blast radius when they gave the order? This supposedly secure...
Could he have been like in a helicarrier, like way up? Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Top-secret government case opens in midair after Hulk crashes through the door. Yes, Hulk is strong, but the case was not touched by the door or Hulk as he came crashing through. If the sheer whiplash of this violence opened the case, then Tony should be dead. This scene brought to you by a future TV series.
Sorry, let me. Ah, fuck! I can't jump back. That's the problem. Where are we? Okay.
Help is here in no time? Was he seriously not outside the blast radius when they gave the order? This supposedly secure top-secret government case opens in midair after Hulk crashes through the door. Yes, Hulk is strong, but the case was not touched by the door or Hulk as he came crashing through. If the sheer whiplash of this violence opened the case, then Tony should be dead.
That seems fair to me. That seems like a fair point, yeah. I don't know the physics, but it makes sense to me.
This scene brought to you by a future TV series on Disney+.
The Infinity Stones create what you experience as the flow of time. Remove one of the stones, and that flow splits.
Oh, is that so? So in 2023 present day, with the stones destroyed, what did that do with the flow of time? Or do the atoms still count?
Yes. Yes. I agree. Or do the atoms still count? Maybe. But I agree with him here. By the way, this movie in 4K looks fucking beautiful. I'm just telling you.
In this new branch reality.
Not everything, but there's some stuff that looks insanely beautiful.
Without our
And Infinity War even more so.
chief weapon against the forces of darkness, our world would be overrun.
The branch reality discussion confuses this movie a little bit because according to the rules of time travel in this film, this reality is already...
Yeah, they now put in another like rules of time travel where it's not about actually going back in time. Only if you take away your Infinity Stone, it's like, yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense.
different from the main timeline. For instance, in this reality, Loki has the Tesseract after the Battle of New York. So
Mhm.
it seems like the main issue isn't so much branch realities, but the fact that this timeline wouldn't have a time stone anymore.
I can't.
Yeah, and they try to like do. They try. I think they tried to rectify that with the TVA, but fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. It makes even less sense. And it's awful because nobody has free will
Risk
anymore.
this reality on a promise.
I'll also require a hunch about what Doctor Strange is going to do in a few years. If I have that, reality risked.
There's another consciousness sharing her network.
Wait, Nebula is on a network? So you're saying that when Thanos was systematically replacing Nebula's human parts with machine parts, he decided to include a modem?
I don't know if that's a fair criticism. I'm really not sure. I think so. I'm not sure. But it's a great line. I hardly ever laugh at CinemaSins, but that was funny.
This other nebula.
In our solar system.
Of course she is. But does it matter anyway? Considering that portals and jumps and Bifrost and Captain Marvel assists and all that bull. Seems like pretty much anyone can get from one end of the universe to the other lickety-split.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's the funny thing about Captain Marvel, right? The movie. They talk about like this light speed bullshit, which is way too slow to travel the universe at like a usable speed. Because what is it? Like the sun is 8 light years away? So from here to the sun alone, she would have like 8 years? Do I have that right? I think so. And they already have the jump points. They use the jump points in Captain Marvel, so it's fucking fucking stupid anyway. But yeah.
I'm totally from the future.
Okay. He jumped over this. Like the scene where he has like I wish he included it because I can't really tell you from memory. Yeah, we'll revisit Endgame at some point for sure. We'll do it then. this just a scene where he has like a panic attack and Rocket like is like, dude, listen, like I get it, you're sad and you lost people, but like everybody else lost people as well, and those other people we can bring back, kinda. Well, like your mom is just dead, right? That I like that, but then it's a joke again. I think they make a joke out of it again, which just undercuts it all. I don't know.
It is awesome in a multi-layered way how the time travel gambit not only allows for this movie to correct a wrong, but to also allow some key characters to see their loved ones once more in a completely natural and unplanned way. It's an unexpected bonus, and it deserves a send-off.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't think I have really any problem with this scene at all.
Natalie Portman's in this movie so briefly that I'm convinced the directors broke into her apartment and just took footage of her waking up in the morning.
No, I think it's unused footage, right, from Dark World. Let me check something. It's cool that Safari just doesn't really work for me anymore right now. Oh fuck. My mixer just fell. I hope nothing happened to my settings. Anyway, right, let's see. Natalie Portman. Fuck off. Okay, no. No.
Without telling her. Thor totally the Dark World's Thor. There's a battle about to take place here.
Yeah.
You screwed him because you want your hammer back? Sure.
Yeah. Well, because Cap goes back and brings everything back, right? But does he know that? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Steve brings the hammer back, but Thor doesn't know that someone's going to make a return trip until later when Bruce finds out about the branch realities from the Ancient One.
Right. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. And also that Frigga is the mom's name, I think. That she's not like fucking don't do that, dude. We kind of need that. Like, yeah.
Oh, you. Thanos and Maul have been around with 2014 Nebula a bunch already, and this is the time you start to glitch.
I am inevitable.
Damn, Nebula's got some sick editing software in her memory banks, considering she was all the way over here, but the camera's fixed on Thanos' left side.
You're repeating yourself, you know that? You're repeating yourself.
I want to believe that this movie...
I like that joke. You're repeating yourself. I like that joke. I don't know. It's yeah.
Which has literally
Makes
been
me chuckle.
replaying scenes from that movie with the same characters, has some sense of this ironic dialogue, but my sin-hardened heart won't let it happen.
Get this back to the compound.
Wait. Let me hear that again.
Here, but the camera's fixed on Thanos' left side.
You're repeating yourself, you know that? You're repeating yourself.
I want to believe that this movie...
I also didn't catch that one. Sorry.
Screwed him because you want your hammer back?
Can't get sloppy here.
Sure, Steve brings the hammer back, but Thor doesn't know that someone's going to make a return trip until later when Bruce finds out about the branch realities from the Ancient One. Oh, you. Thanos and Maul have been around with 2014 Nebula a bunch already, and this is the time you start to glitch.
I am inevitable.
Damn, Nebula's got some sick editing software in her memory banks, considering she was all the way over here, but the camera's fixed on Thanos' left side.
True. That's fair. I think I don't wanna say that because I don't know if it's true or if I'm just making shit up. Never mind.
Yourself, you know that? You're repeating yourself.
I want to believe
I like that. I want to believe that this movie, which has literally been replaying scenes from that movie with the same characters, has some sense of this ironic dialogue. Why wouldn't? Like, why is your instinct like, no, that's not, like, I don't know.
This movie, which has literally been replayed...
That seems just like admitting your bad faith right now.
Scenes from that movie with the same characters has some sense of this ironic dialogue, but my sin-hardened heart won't let it happen.
Get this back to the compound. Shoot up.
What's in New Jersey?
Okay, there's no rush to do this. There's no reason not to tell Scott where they're going and why, other than...
Yeah, true.
...to be dicks. Guys, I've got it. Since we lost the wonderful Stan Lee, let's just cast Mark Maron to stand in for his cameos in future MCU movies. Look at him. It's perfect.
Wait, that is Stan Lee, right? Wait, that is Stan Lee, right?
Wonderful Stan Lee, let's just cast Mark Maron.
Yeah. Okay. He's making a joke. I was confused for a second there.
To stand in for his cameos in future MCU movies. Look at him. It's perfect.
You new here?
Not exactly.
Oh no, this is a real problem for our heroes. This lady's gonna alert the authorities and it's gonna be a huge impediment to them getting back to the future. Look, I know Marvel has an excellent track record with their de-aging tech, but this job on Michael Douglas is straight out of Tron Legacy.
Yeah, this looks not great. Makes me think of The Irishman. Because visually it's okay, I guess, I think. It's like way better than Luke or whatever in Mando season 2. But he has like the old man way of moving, which is very prevalent in The Irishman.
Tony's going to fit this Tesseract in this briefcase? I don't think so.
The greater
Yeah,
good
fair.
has rarely outweighed my own self-interest.
This whole sequence is emotional, very emotional indeed, but Howard spilling his guts to an ostensible stranger, along with Cap accidentally into the office adjacent to Peggy, feels so forcibly contrived it might as well be from a standard-ass rom-com.
That's fair. I won't disagree with him there. Absolutely fair.
2014 Nebula goes through the trouble of removing 2023 Nebula's orange headpiece to fool the other Avengers when she takes her place, but she's not going to bother replicating the burned metal Terminator hand that 2023 Nebula has after grabbing the Power Stone. Christian Bale from The Prestige would...
Yes! Thank you. I know. I don't care. Ah, thank God. We're still in the same stream, I think. Yep, we're still in the same fucking stream. Awesome. Let's go.
But the raccoon didn't have to climb a mountain.
But how do they know to climb this mountain, or any mountain at all? There's an entire planet to explore, but they're positive the Soul Stone is right here?
That's true. That's fair. Is there anything that would, or did... No, because Nebula would know it's on the planet, right? I don't think she would know. Oh no, she has a map. Is that like a planet map, or is it like a exact map?
But the raccoon
Could be an exact. I don't know. Could be an exact
didn't have
map.
to climb a mountain.
But how do they know to climb this mountain, or any mountain at all? There's an entire planet to explore, but they're positive the Soul Stone is right here?
Natasha, daughter of Ivan, Clint, son of Edith.
Your other parents, they don't matter.
In order to take the stone.
I don't know. I don't know. Isn't that like? Isn't that like a thing? Not like a thing, but isn't that kind of neat that like the women get like, I don't know, get related to their dads and the men get related to their mothers? It's like fine, right? What's more interesting about this, and he couldn't have known this yet, but in Infinity War, I'm pretty sure he says, Gamora, daughter of Thanos. I'm pretty sure. So her adoptive dad, that she doesn't even... I don't think she sees him as a dad, really, right? But here he says her birth dad, when in reality, what was his name? Alexei? The guy from the Black Widow movie. Yeah, it's just an inconsistency, I guess.
You must lose that which you love.
Whew, good thing they just happened to send these two bosom buddies up here and not like Rhodey and Scotch.
Tell my family of them.
True. Well, no. Not true. No. I'm not sure. Because Nebula knew that Gamora didn't come back. So maybe she had a hunch about the sacrifice and was like, okay, let's send you guys together. Or like just two guys who care about each other. But I mean, that's kind of shitty. then you should have like told them, I guess. Or like, there's nobody like that on the team, but like, oh, okay. Imagine they sent Cap up here, and he throws out the picture of Peggy. Would that work? Because he loves Peggy the most, I guess, which I don't like that much. Oh no, okay, never mind. He would value Bucky over picture of Peggy. Okay, but the thought process is just send somebody up here who's like a sociopath and doesn't have like people he loves, just like material things. But I don't know, like they don't have anybody like that on the team, I don't think. Who would? Yeah, Natasha maybe. Like Bruce would probably, yeah.
You tell him yourself.
Sacrificing. This being the second time we've seen us.
Sacrificing. Oh man. The sin for me here, and it's not a writing sin, but the sin I would have put here is that they used the music from when Gamora was thrown down the thing, because now instead of it being like Gamora's death music, it's like the music of this place, which is just less impactful, I think. Sideways? Something like that. He has a video about the music in Star Wars Episode 9 where he talks about how they just take music that had a different context in a new context and it muddies the meaning of it.
Successful acquisition of the Soul Stone. I'm wondering, what the does Red Skull do after this? Does he wait until someone brings it back? And remember, Steve is supposed to come back here later and replace the stone like this never happened. Where does he put it? The fact that this stone was acquired by a sacrifice rather than stolen makes it a problematic stone to return, no?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he just gives it to like... I mean, I guess it works, right? But it's true, I would like some thing on that. But I guess like some explanation on that. But I guess maybe he just goes up to Red Skull. Oh, also this, like that is a conversation that I would have liked to see. Like Steve comes up there and it's like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll return the stone now. And then it's like fucking Red Skull there. He's like, what the fuck is happening here? Like what? Didn't I fucking fight you back in 1945? How the fuck did you end up here? I would have liked to seen that.
Can't be undone.
To have seen that.
Yeah, it can actually. Since you guys obviously don't give a about other timelines, you can just go back to a time where she's lived and just take her with you.
True.
Since you can't change the past, you could go back to...
Oh! I can't skip back anymore, so I won't be as annoying about this, but look.
Obviously don't give a about other timelines, you can just go back to a time where she's lived and just take her with you. Since you can't change the past, you could go back to just before you did this and take her from there. The other timelines can go themselves. They hate you because they...
Here, it's so interesting to me. Where do these audio changes come from? Yeah. Also, Thor looks not fat in this. Like, there's no belly there.
Ain't you?
What do you think is coursing through my veins right now?
Cheese whiz.
See, Natasha is dead.
Yes. I'll let you talk in a second, Jeremy. I hate this. Undercuts everything and makes Rhodey a fucking asshole. Like a fucking real fucking asshole. I hate it. But I guess he's a Skrull anyway, so you know. Fuck me.
To bring back their loved ones.
Marvel got so bad.
Thor, who's been racked with guilt and is depressed over his failure to kill Thanos, is pleading seriously with his team to do the unsnap, and Cheese Whiz somehow enters this script right now.
Okay, remember, everyone Thanos snapped away 5 years ago. We're just bringing them back to now, today. Don't change anything from the last 5 years.
This sounds like a thought that's so complex that nobody could possibly do it right. How do they even know how this snap works? Hooray! Hulk snap brought back all the dead folks to life. But let's think about the practicalities here. What happened to people who were like on a flight when Thanos did his Do they appear in midair and do a Wile E. Coyote shrug before falling to their deaths? Or did Hulk guide them to safety? And how unfair is it that the people who were snapped away off an airplane get to live, but the people who crashed into the airplane just stay dead? And if the people who died were brought back, then...
Yeah.
the cemeteries because we have a zombie apocalypse on our hands.
Yeah.
With the stones you've collected for me, create a new...
It's all fair. I don't have much to say about this. I need some water. I shall be right back. And I think I figured out who that second viewer is. I think it's myself on the phone. Oops. Um, I kind of want to show you some music. Let's just... I'll credit this. I'll credit this. But fucking... Fuck it, dude. I'll just show you a song that I really, really like. Let me see. Let me see. I've been listening to Night Lovell a lot lately. And I like pretty much everything he does. I don't think there's one song I really don't like. But I'm showing you this one. While I'm, as I said, while I'm going to get some water and everything. Wait. Actually, let's see. Can I? Like, is this? No. Ah, that sucks. Really? I can't? That sucks. Never mind. Okay, yeah. I'll show you this. I'll show it to you like this. Okay. Okay, this is a song by Night Lovell. Oh. Fucking idiot. It's not starting soon, it's BRB. Oh, okay. Yeah, this works. All right. This is a song by Night Lovell, but from his 2016 album Teenage Melody. Red Teenage Melody, and it's called I'm Okay, and it's such a great song. Listen to the bass line in particular. Okay, I'll get some water. I'll be right back.
Man, I swear, man, fuck all this shit, man.
Yeah. XL jeans with the shoes. Blacked out cool for the cruise, yeah. West End nigga, no side kid with the moves, yeah. That bitch thinks she bad, yeah. Damn, she thinks she bad, yeah. I'm the first to dash your thing. Why you get so sad, yeah? Trash the fucking place, empty on your safe. I don't know, I've been up for days, thinking of your face. Oh my god, I've been on some shit. Can't control my dick, know the truth. She's the only one that loves me like a son, yeah, yeah. Tell me why you took so long to say you love me, I don't know. All these groupies I don't fuck with just to hide this pain I hold. Been some time since I done spoke my fucking mind. Won't you take this fucking time just to see this fucking sign, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see this fucking sign, yeah, yeah. Just to see this fucking sign, yeah.
This one. Yeah.
Isn't that just an amazing song, dude? I love that.
I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, nigga, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, nigga, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, nigga, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay.
Like, listen to this bass line.
Nigga, I'm okay. Truth be told, I want you back. Truth be told, I got your back. Truth be told, the things I said, I'd like to kindly take them back. I'm okay.
Damn, dude.
I'm okay. I'm okay, nigga. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Like, isn't that insane? I love that. Like the the slidey bass line. Ah, dude, he said such a great, fucking insane voice as well. Yeah. Anyway. Night Lovell. I'm okay. Night Lovell. I'll put it in the description. Now I guess. Before we finish this fucking video, dude. Yeah. I'm kind of over it. I have a lot of respect for EFAP for going for like 8 hours or whatever. And I think I could do that if I took if I had like people here that were talking with me, and if I took my medication, right? Because I took it this morning. I took it this morning, right? But that's long gone. So yeah. Yeah, what was I even talking about? Why can't I see my like current stream on the YouTube? That's annoying. I'm still live, right? Yeah. I didn't like get taken down or anything. No, I'm still live. Yeah, I'll I kind of want to though. Put it in now because I'll forget otherwise. Which I Oh, cool.
Appear in midair and do a Wile E. Coyote shrug before falling to their deaths? Or
Yeah, I'm still here. Alright. Yeah, fuck no, I have to do this now because otherwise I'll forget, and I don't want to forget. Right, view channel here. But I can't, like, edit it on the fly? Manage videos. That sucks. I cannot. Alright. I'll remember. Again, I could like probably do the 8-hour stream thing. if I was like, if I had my medication, I had people here, but like, and I could like go for like a quick 5 minute walk every other hour or so. But like this, I really can't. Like, it's hard. Like, I'm losing a lot of steam here.
Did Hulk guide them to safety? And how unfair is it that the people who were snapped away off an airplane get to live, but the people who crashed into the airplane just stay dead? And if the people who died were brought back, then check the cemeteries because we have a zombie apocalypse on our hands.
With the stones you've collected for me, create a new one, teeming with life, that knows not what it is lost.
Why? Why? What's the issue? Oh man. Did I nuke my stream because I listened to copyrighted music? I mean, that could be it, right? But I don't think so, because stream is live. Just, I'm not getting video from it. Or not enough. Yeah, dude, like, tell me how to change that. Don't just tell me it's happening. Hello? It doesn't matter. Nobody's listening anyway. Right now. I can buffer for a bit now. I'll just finish this video. How much longer is this shit? This is the wrong window there. Let's see. Okay, now we have excellent connection again. It's so fucking dumb. Anyway, let's go.
A villain to exercise a cruel intelligence on life in his quest for balance. But now that we know he could create a whole universe, that whole balance thing that he once espoused and I believed in no longer works. He could have created 2 Earths connected by an accordion tunnel and told astrophysics to go itself while half the population moved to the literal new world. Source material doesn't matter in the CinemaSins universe, but the word on the street is that the comic book Thanos did all this to impress a lady named Death. That's right, the power of boners made Thanos do this.
Yes, and I have the comic. Here. Oh. Yeah, I really need to figure out what's happening here. I have the comic, and it's true. And I really like the comic, especially the art. Like, look at this. Wait, let me. No, I can hardly do anything. Alright, never mind. But like here, right? It's really beautiful art. Anyway, I like, and this is controversial, I guess. And let me open a window quickly. Okay, note to self: if I'm gonna stream with camera, it's good to have a scene already set up that will like I can make myself full screen. I prefer. Sorry, to come back to what what I was actually talking about. I prefer Thanos' motivation in Infinity War to the comic, to Infinity Gauntlet. Like, it's just more interesting, and it's something like I don't agree with him. It doesn't make a lot of sense necessarily, but it makes sense from his perspective. Like you can understand where like how he got to that point. It's interesting that the Infinity War video got more views than the Endgame video. Endgame has 11 million, And Infinity War is 17 million. That's interesting to me. Anyway.
And his actions make way more sense under that context than this does. Iron Man has a clear headshot, and his
Yes, for here I agree. For Endgame I agree.
calculating billion-dollar suit misses like a dick. Okay, fine movie. Have a sin back. Wait, why is the whole army showing up here? And now? They know there are only a few of them left, right? So what are they advancing on? Hell, they can even see that Thanos has essentially won.
On your left.
This is the moment that got me. You can have your Avengers assemble and your Cap hammer beats, and they're great, but nothing brings the goosebumps like this subtle, humble callback that indicates the mother cavalry's coming. This is the entire movie, right here. 5 sins off. Having said that, this is what you earn after being subjected to 2.5 hours of fuzzy time logic, overdramatic talky talk, ham-handed quips, and way too many side stories, presumably intended to set up multiple properties that can live on Disney+. This is like sitting through a concert where Hanson plays their entire...
Wait, what was actually set up? Well, it's not fair for me to say that now because I think a lot of it didn't come to fruition and I don't know which ones. Never mind.
Back catalog.
But I don't think there was a lot of setup, really. Like the Loki thing, for sure. And then later, the Thor Guardians thing that didn't come to fruition, but I can't really think of a lot other than that. Oh yeah, later. Yeah, but like that's all later.
But finally pays it off by playing Mbop as the first encore. I would love to be in the planning meeting with Doctor Strange where he's arranging these entrances like he's the stage manager of a Broadway show. Baby, energy!
That's fair enough.
Now where's Falcon? Pepper, I'm glad you're here, but you look kind of fake in that suit.
Is that everyone?
Yeah, that's yeah. They never get they don't get the Hulkbuster suit with what's he called? Banner right either. And I wonder because I don't really have a lot of issues with Tony himself usually. I wonder if it's all like set up for him and then trying to put other people in there makes it different and weird. Like that's a good that explanation for me works for the Hulkbuster why it looks weird. I don't know if it makes sense though with Pepper. Also, I don't know why Pepper gets a fucking suit. Like why would she be in combat? I don't know. Whatever.
That's hilarious, but the question was, is that everyone? Not, is this the best you could do? And honestly, yes, I'd want as many as I can get.
Honestly, yes. Yeah, speaking from my soul here. Alright, yeah, I agree. That's the point.
Assemble.
Yes! Although, this means we're gonna get a stupid jumble of...
I don't know, it feels like this is, how old is he? Like 40, 45-year-old guy? I don't know if he actually is as invested in all this as he acts. Especially with, yeah, I don't know.
Effects-driven bullshit fan service for the next several minutes before there are actual stakes involved, aren't we?
True.
I can't believe what's been going on.
True.
There's probably a better time to explain everything later because we're in the middle of a goddamn battle, but I wanted to make sure you didn't feel guilty about me dying anymore before you yourself die.
No, that's not, I disagree. That's definitely something Peter would do. And the hug they get, that's really sweet. Even though, when I was watching it, like, they both are in, like, iron armor. Probably wouldn't feel that great, but still, you know, it's a hug.
What do you want me to do with this damn thing? Get those stones as far away as possible!
And yeah, dude, I would want to, like, again, it makes a lot of sense that Spider-Man would talk to, Tony here. Also, we came full circle. We're back to Spider-Man. The thumbnail's accurate again.
No! We need to get them back where they came from.
This might be the dumbest part of the movie, because Cap and Hulk's orders are not mutually exclusive. They should be getting the stones as far away as possible so that Thanos can't get them. And they can always take the stones back after they beat Thanos anytime they want to solve the branch reality problem.
Anyone see an ugly brown van out there?
Yes! You're not gonna like where it's parked.
Really, Valkyrie? You can see the ugly brown van in the middle of this dark wasteland called New Jersey. Also, I understand the Avengers have little calm things constantly in their ears. But how the is Valkyrie on this frequency? And if all of them have that, how can they hear any one person talking?
If I tell you what happens,
won't happen.
This is absolutely telling him what happens. As I see Ant-Man and the Wasp smiling at each other and shrinking down, I'm once again compelled to ask why they can't fly into Thanos' ear canal or nostril, re-embiggen themselves, and explode Thanos into 100 million...
Did he not want to say anus? If you remember, that was the big meme, like, they defeat Thanos by Ant-Man getting small and going in his anus. Did he not want to say that? Was he scared he wouldn't get monetized? Also, I just realized everything wrong with Avengers Endgame in time travel minutes or less. Okay.
balanced chunks of meat.
It's dead.
Well, is there a spare rat around you could use to fire that up?
It's not a point, but it's a good little quip.
Really? Did you not see her pile drive a giant spaceship a minute ago? The real question is, I don't know how all that is going to get through her.
She's got help.
The sentiment comes from a good place, but this shot is patronizing in so many ways.
Yeah, it's awful. It does come from a good place, I guess. I mean, place is probably money, but still, like, I don't disagree with the message or whatever. But it's so patronizing. Like, how would it's super patronizing? It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they all just be here now? And just the women, I think Mahler said this back when Endgame came out in an EFAB. I think he said like, something like, it would be really funny if like Drax was here. Like that would like make it so much more like you know, he's like here and it's like, okay, like dude, you're kind of like shit, I'm sorry, I can't. It's really funny, the idea. I cannot translate it right now. Wait, what? Wait, what's up? Dude, no. Streams down? Ah, fuck off.